Sure.
It's so dumb. I hate that I did that.
I mean, you could have done something else.
That was the only thing that was in my head. And
we were like holding our breath waiting.
What if we just never say anything? We don't intro this. We're just like, this is our life now. This is what we do. All right, our musical guest today is Reid Chancellor. This is the reading update with Reid and Mary M. And we're going to talk about what we read recently, what we want to read. And Reid Chancellor here, this guy still, he has a new Kickstarter right now. You can go to Kickstarter. In fact, the link's in the description. Nice. So you should just click that and go support his graphic novel. That's what you need to do. We're going to kick that off right now with our interview with Reid Chancellor. We're not interviewing him.
No, this is the interview, right? You can go back at there's art from it.
Wow, look at the graphics we have here.
This is top-notch graphics.
It's beautiful.
I wish I had like some fishing line that I could have just like dangled it in front of it. That would have been better.
That would have been good. Yeah, we got some compliments on the thumbnail, by the way.
Oh, did we?
Made by Reid, yeah.
I did do that.
I love the faces that we were making looking at you, like so annoyed with you.
I'm sure that'll happen in real time at some point.
Of course it is. I feel like that's every show I'm involved with at some point. There's like are we serious?
No, we love you, Reid. And so does Richard, who's lovely, says good luck with the Kickstarter read. I've just backed it.
Thanks, Richard.
He's going to catch the video tomorrow. You need sleep. I get it, because you're in a different time zone. Thank you for popping in, Richard. It's very nice. And of course, James is here.
Oh, yeah.
The famous Reid Chancellor. Wow, OmniDog can't even get him for an interview. Kristen must know the right people. It's so true. And Mike's saying, will Reid be on camera screaming in the background? That would have been great. You could just like talk to us from
That's what I
there.
That's like every
You're like,
show.
that's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reid, we're going to need you to like at a certain point just start yelling that it's time for dinner. You know, so
okay.
It's like,
Yeah.
like old times.
I'll pretend like something happened with my like setup.
Yeah.
And I'll leave the studio. And then I'll go over there and I'll yell at Kristen.
Yeah.
And we'll be like, which is the real one?
Yeah. You'll never know.
Interesting.
Yeah, we were smart this time. We ate before. So
did I. Nice.
Hey, nice. Well, Reid, do you want to tell us about your book?
Please.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Summer Vacation.
I thought it was okay. Is that the first question?
Yeah, that's the first question. So Reid keeps doing this bit where he says we're interviewing him, but we're not. I promise everyone. I know interviews are boring, but we do want to ask Reid about his book. I mean, but tell the people why they should be back in it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So the quick little pitch is that so it's a graphic novel about a group of teachers that decide they have a band and they get an opportunity, and for their big opportunity they decide to go on tour for the first time during summer vacation. They've been a band for like a long time, but they're like older, they have children, and they're like deciding to still try to have this whatever like semblance of this dream that they have and go on this big tour for the first time. So that's the rough like idea, but it's like my love letter to like cheesy, like annoying, like 90s and early 2000s like band movies. So like growing up in my house, like we watched the movie That Thing You Do, which I don't know, Mary. I know Kristen knows the movie, but Mary, do you know that movie?
I do know that movie.
So that was like literally my favorite movie of all time, and I wanted to be a drummer because of Guy in the band, and I love Steve Zahn because of it, and it's Tom Hanks, and so it's just like everything I love about film is in that movie. So like that's what got me doing music. So I was like, I want to write something that's like that and make something that's kind of has that vibe, but it's a little different. So it's like a mixture of like That Thing You Do, Rock and Roll High School, Airheads, and like School of Rock, I guess, just because they're teachers, but it doesn't really it's less to do with School of Rock and just the fact that it's in school. So it happens. But yeah, I don't know. That's the basic idea of the book, but it's a book that like Kristen knows. I've been working on it for almost 2 years.
Wow.
Because it was such a like my first time doing fiction, in long form, and so I was kind of scared about it. And I wrote the entire thing. I drew the entire book, and then I let her read it. And then Kristen, do you remember what you said?
I don't.
I think it wasn't mean, but her critique.
Oh no.
No, she gave a very valid critique. It was like this isn't your best.
All right.
Like I remember you said that. You were like, then it definitely wasn't like coming off from like Sad Religion, and like how more in depth the art was for that. And this was way less, like I was very minimalist on like my art. And she's like, this feels like a step backwards, I think is what you said. And so I was like, well, okay. I was probably like,
You were
was
not
probably-
happy.
Yeah.
I probably wasn't happy.
And I asked you, I was like, do you want my honest feelings here, you know? And I think the first like rough thing that you put together was just clearly lacking a lot of the heart that I think you wanted to put into it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
know?
and like, yeah, no, exactly that. So it was like, I took that and I was like, I'm going to rewrite it. And so I rewrote it and then redrew everything like traditionally with ink wash and like put a lot more like hours into it. And it ended up going from like 110 pages and now it's a 220 page book. So like added 100 pages worth of art and of other things to do. And I feel a lot better about it. And it's like definitely one of the things I'm most proud of that I've ever done, especially being like my first real fiction work that's not like the Popeye comic and like little things like that. So.
Reid, do you think writing fiction I'm sure it has its own challenges, where like what were some challenges that you faced, writing fiction versus, I imagine when you're writing about your own life, there's that level of, geez, like how much do I share, right? And there's that vulnerability going on, but I imagine fiction must be different for you.
Yeah, a little bit. And then like, yes and no, because I don't know, like with fiction with nonfiction, everything it's already happened. So like the
Right.
story's written. You have to find the story within the story.
Right.
But what I struggled with probably the most on this is, if you look at the art, which I'll show, there's a character that kind of looks like me, and I'm bothered by that because all of my books before this, I feel I drew myself for so many pages.
Right.
So now it's like having to draw people that aren't me was really hard. But then there's that, I forget who said the quote, but like, the first character in every story is the author, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. And it's like, that's very true within this. Like every single character in this book is like a part of myself.
Cool.
So I didn't write it as much of a fiction book. Like a lot of the stories, a lot of the places are like places that I've been and like things that had happened to me.
Right.
In like certain circumstances.
That's cool. That's interesting.
Wow, what a good interview.
Yeah, it did turn into an interview there. I didn't
But
expect
wait,
Mary hit me with the question.
I know, and I can't stop myself now.
Uh-oh.
So I wanted to I know, I'm sorry, I can't stop
I love
myself. So I, of course, have your Kickstarter campaign open in front of me.
Oh.
And I do want to mention to everybody that because you have so many different tiers with like interesting items included in the pledges, like I just personally want to say, like, I really do think there's something for everyone. Like they're fine-tuned to like what your interests might be, like if it's vinyl that pulls you in, or if it's original art or physical copy, digital copies. Like, some Kickstarters, to be honest, I've looked at, I'm like, really? Like there's no variety in these options, right? So
Sure.
So where my question is going to, how, like, I don't know, this isn't that interesting of a question, but I don't care. I want to ask it. How did you come up with the different pledge, the pledge categories? What are these called? What do you call these?
Rewards?
Rewards.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
what they're called, rewards.
I really didn't want to do very many rewards at all for this one. Because I tend to overthink everything and like have way too many ideas. So like immediately when I started doing it, I was like, oh, I could do like, I had the idea of like doing like an actual hardcover level, like doing a whole different book with it, adding these other things, doing a poster. Like I could do an enamel pin, I could do sticker. I had like all these ideas, and it was like, I don't think I should do any of that when I really thought about it, because then it's just put so much more work on myself, which I probably shouldn't try to do. And then it also just, I didn't want to set myself up for more failure, and then it drives the actual goal having to be so much higher to do all these extra things.
True.
So initially, like until about a week ago, like before we launched it, I didn't even have the record idea on there. I wasn't going to do the record. I was just going to do a digital soundtrack. And then I'm going to drop something here, but friend of ours and friend of the show, Kyle Starks, Kickstarter guru, basically it was like, man, you need to do something. And then I was like, okay, I'll look into it. And then he does what he always does. He gives me like 1 million facts in the text message, and it's wonderful. And he's just like, yeah, you could do this, and then you could do this, and you could do that. And I'm like, by the end of it, I'm like, all right, fine, you win.
Right.
You win. I'll do it. So then I added that, and then just chose to do it as a lathe cut to make it super limited and make it a lot easier for me to handle. And then that's it. And also, it's like you said, trying to find something for every collector. Like the original art's super easy to do because it's there. I've already have it. The biggest pain with original art is shipping it. And so you just limit it to where it's like shipping it isn't going to be that big of a pain. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that answers the question.
No, it does. And it's funny you mentioned original art, because that is the one that always hooks me. So that's the reward that I chose.
It's exciting. And I don't know, I will say my favorite thing about the original art, and I'm going to find one here, is so the book is landscape formatted. So it's 9x7, but the way I did the original art is the pages are like, this is one page and that's another page. So on the original art level, you're actually getting 2 pages. It's a big deal.
That's cool.
It's a 2 for 1. I'm just saying,
it's pretty cool.
It's a big deal.
I do happen to own other original art from you, so
that's
starting
true.
My own little collection over here.
Oh, it's so nice of you.
Of course. Kristen, I'm monopolizing the whole conversation.
Sorry. No, that's okay.
She doesn't want to talk to me. It's fine.
I interview him every night. It's fine. No, I want to say, we are mentioning the 7-inch in music that you can get. You can get it digitally or the 7-inch, which is really fun.
Yeah.
But specifically, of course, this book is about a band. So that's the music you get. And I think that's the coolest part.
That is cool.
You can own the physical EP that this band puts out, but like in real life. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty sweet. I'm pretty great. I'm pretty genius with.
You all saw that guitar work at the beginning.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Don't tell anybody, but that's the whole record. It's just that over and over again. That's all it is.
What if it was?
I had a friend that I forget.
I thought about this immediately. The Kenny thing.
Oh no, it wasn't even that.
Oh,
that was a great. That's
a good bit. You can tell that story.
Okay, I'll tell that story. So I have a good friend, Kenny, the person who actually introduced me and Kristen, and he used to always do this. He would do this bit, and he did it with like bands that we knew that we would go travel to see. So like we went to go see a band that we knew in Indy, and he shows up and he gives them a CD, and he's like, "Hey, here's a mix CD for you guys while you're on tour." And he doesn't tell them anything other than like, start with track 3. And they're like, okay. And then it turns out it's just one song, like 14 times. It's the mix, but it's perfectly timed out. And it gets him every time because he says, start with track 3.
Right.
And they're like, oh, okay. And so they play the song.
Wasn't it like 500 miles or something?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He thought it was so funny, and I remember
That's pretty funny.
He's gotten a couple people with it, which is good. But yeah, what I was gonna say is there was like an early album that I was making was with a friend, and he couldn't his instruments kept going out of tune. We were recording in a barn, and I felt like we were just making an album of tuning instruments. Like it was just all the instruments you can imagine, just tuning, and that's the whole album.
Oh, wow.
So that's what that made me think of.
Nice.
Mike wants to know how many stars I gave it.
Oh.
Well, Well, once Reid lets me read the actual final finished version,
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be 5 stars. No doubt. My dad missed the beginning.
Oh, here, Larry. Here's what you missed.
Nice.
That was the beginning.
Batmanda says, congrats on finishing another book.
Oh, thank you, Batmanda.
That is quite an accomplishment.
Totally.
Should be proud of yourself, Reid.
Thanks, Kristen.
I can't even finish reading another book.
That's true. You've been
I
bad.
tell you.
She's been bad at it.
That's nice. Thank you.
I'm just gonna out you.
All right. Well, if we want to get right into it, cut off this interview.
Wow. Whoa.
Yikes. No, I was just going to talk about reading, but I don't know. Mary, do you have more questions for Reid?
Wow, Reid. Now I'm getting it.
Yeah. I'm in the hot seat. Let's go.
Yeah.
You guys can talk.
Wow. She is.
Is she gonna come? I'm waiting for her to come through the door and yell at me.
I'm just sitting here.
I was really ready for you to come through the door in the other room and be like, "It's dinner time."
Yeah.
But we're gonna have like a full
that'd be good.
reversal. And scary.
All right, who's going first?
Wait,
Reid, do you want to go first?
Do you do what we've read first?
Yeah, this is what we've read.
What we've read. Okay, I'll start. I'll do it. I'll start in chronological order.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the stuff. Because I don't think I talked about this.
Hated you, so funny. Shut pull that up.
We're going to put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
We're going to get some Comic Slayer merch up in here. But
great.
I read Forest Hills Bootleg Society.
Oh.
And I don't remember what stars I gave it, or even if I put it. I think I put it in my Goodreads. I'll have to look. I'm using Goodreads now for the first time, like, ever.
I know. I saw you post something. I liked it because I was so happy to see that you were using it.
Right?
I don't know.
Every night I'm like, you need to do it.
I gave it 4 stars.
Ooh.
I thought I gave it 3 because I think the more I think about it, the more I think it might be like a 3.5. Like if I could.
Well, then you can round it up.
So yeah, maybe
We'll
that's
round it
why.
down.
I couldn't remember what I did. I think I rounded up.
Mary's like down forever.
Now, I think I rounded up because I loved the art so much. I think Nicole Gu,
Cool.
her art in this is so fantastic. And I love Dave Baker. The team of Nicole Gu and Dave Baker is beautiful. I love their work. I love everything they've done together. And just Nicole's art is so good. But I'll tell a little bit about the story. So it's a group of girls who go to this school together, other than one, but they're like a good friend group. They get a hold of like these like weird, like they get a hold of these anime DVDs. They think they're buying like copies of like My Neighbor Totoro, and they're getting like Spirited Away. They think they're getting like Miyazaki films, and then it turns out they're getting some questionable anime material. And then they decide to burn copies of it and essentially sell them as bootlegs to like the jock boys at their school. Is like the idea. But a lot of course, hilarity ensues and lots of drama, and everything falls apart like you would expect it to. And I really enjoyed it. I don't think Kristen would like it because there's not really an ending. That's how I review everything. In the end, like my reviews, like it's not stars as much as it is like, would Kristen like it? Yes or no? Here's why. Would she like it? No. No ending, really. It wraps up a little bit more, so I want her to read it. But also, biggest reason why Kristen won't read it.
There are no cats in it.
There's so many words. There's these pages, which I really liked. Like there's these little, like it'll tell you like a brief history of so and so's something.
Hey, I've read novels.
I know, but you don't want the novels in the graphic novels.
I mean,
keep them separate.
You know, it's fair.
Fair.
It's fair.
So there were a lot of words, but it was I flew through it, but I was also like near the end, I was like, I'm reading this tonight because I know if I stopped and tried to read it another night, I wouldn't do it. So I just had to do it in one big sitting. So I read that.
Nice.
Cool.
That's my book report. I'm sorry. I usually don't give a book report. I feel like I gave a book report.
No, it was good.
No.
We know some other people who do that. So it wasn't you.
Kristen, I knew you were going to go there. You
were
are
thinking it. Hey, I didn't say it. I didn't say who.
You're right.
Didn't say who.
You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Kristen's always right.
Thanks.
Shall I go?
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do
like
turns
that way. Yeah. Should I real quick? My dad loved your guitar riff. Reid, when are you going to do some 15-second riffs for my YouTube intros? And of course, one for the comics layer. I'm requesting slide for mine.
Ooh.
He has been saying this for quite a long time.
Yeah, I don't own a guitar slide.
Oh, Larry will get you one.
Okay.
Yeah, Dad, are you going to get him one?
Yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
I hope you all don't regret investing so much time into a Bezos-owned website app. Here's the deal.
It's okay.
Yeah, one, you can export all of your reading data into Excel if you really want to keep it forever outside of the website. Yeah, I did it once and then I was like, I don't care. Okay, I never did it again. Two, they don't put any money into Goodreads and they've kept it around. So I think they don't care. They're just like, we're going to keep this website here forever for no reason. I don't know. I don't think we have anything to worry about.
I'm sure it makes them some money too, right? Because not that we use it, but am I wrong in thinking, are there buttons in there that click through or no? Am I thinking of something else?
I mean, there are at least ads on there. I know I've seen book ads. Yeah. So they surely have to make something, I would think.
I think actually I'm in here now. Again, riveting content, I know.
I don't know. Are we all looking at Goodreads right now?
Because sometimes there's like if you hit preview, Larry made a, reason. Oh, you guys are just looking at me. I thought maybe you were looking at your phone, clicking on buttons.
Just looking at you.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I was on a live stream. All right, I guess you can't buy books through there. I don't know what I'm saying.
Why don't they do that though?
I mean, it would make sense, right?
I do think it does curate some of your suggestions.
Oh yeah, I'm okay with that though.
Yeah, it's not too bad. There's plenty worse things.
Yeah. That's how people get mad at ads that follow you. I'm like, I don't mind because 9 times out of 10, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to write that, those pair of boots I was looking at, I forgot to write them down or take a screenshot or whatever. And the ad follows me and then I end up buying it pretty much. So
yeah, people are always creeped out like, oh, why is this cat specific thing on Instagram? And I'm like, no, I need that. Yeah. It worked on me. It worked.
You're right.
My dad's shopping for a slide for you. So.
Oh, cool. Larry, it doesn't have to be a nice one. It's literally just a piece of glass. It originated. People used beer bottles back in the day. I used to have a slide. I just don't know where. I don't know where it went.
Hayden makes a good point. If it's not owned by Bezos, it's owned by Michael T. Mouse. So what else can we invest time into? Big point. I think it encourages you to buy books from Amazon, which makes sense. Yeah, it would make sense if there's direct link though, like you said, Mary. That is weird. Yeah. Missed opportunity. I don't know.
You know what I'm thinking of a lot. Have you ever heard of Paperback Swap?
I mean, I know it from you.
So Paperback Swap, I don't know who owns it. Watch, Amazon probably owns it. But I think I'm thinking of their website that there's buttons that you can click through to and it goes to Amazon. But I think it's set up that way because they get a little cut if you buy your books through there. But it's basically you create an account. There's all different levels. You can totally use it for free. But you post your books up there and then people will go on. And if they want to, buy one of your books, you just end up sending it to them. They pay the postage and everything. But you don't profit from it. It's just a way to hawk your old books you want to get rid of. And you can also just buy credits too. You don't have to send out books in order to get credits. So it's pretty cool. I was sorry. I was reading the chat.
Yeah, I know, Reid. At first I was going to go find a glass bottle and a file, but then I thought you were worth a nice one.
It's very kind of you, Larry.
That's nice.
All right, my first read. I'm going to jump in. Finally read Clementine.
Oh.
Thanks to Kristen gifting it.
Yay.
I gave it 4 stars. I know
Yay.
recently my stars have been sort of low.
Yeah, I was
So
scared.
it was so refreshing to like read something that I really enjoyed. And if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, you have to read this. I mean, it pulls you right in. You feel like for me, I felt like I was like back in the TV show with just like a new set of characters. Um, I know like you told me a bit about about the video game and that's where it comes from. And if anybody's like intimidated by that or they're like, I don't know the video game, I don't like video games, I didn't play that game, it doesn't freaking matter. Like if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, you will absolutely love this. I almost gave it 5 stars. The only thing that and listen, this is not anything that you haven't heard before, but Kristen, even you say it, and Tilly Walden's like your favorite. Sometimes there with her art, you know, there are times that I get a little pulled out of the story because I actually can't tell what's being depicted. And I'm not being harsh. I'm not trying to be funny. Like there are times that I actually feel that, like I'm not sure what I'm looking at, and I have to I'm like, doing this, like trying to. Do you experience that at all with her art?
I would say definitely in Clementine, and I think a lot of that is
really?
from it's black and white, so the dark
Okay.
moments are
Okay.
hard to decipher.
That's fair.
So I don't know that that's every Tilly book in my personal thoughts.
Yeah.
But I mean, she definitely has same face syndrome.
Yeah.
Which makes it hard to decipher characters sometimes.
That's why
certainly in On a Sunbeam, like which I adore,
yes.
but
yes,
just like Urasawa, who I also adore, sometimes same face syndrome. Like some of my favorites have that issue.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because there are times in the book where I'm like very grateful, like somebody has glasses on, somebody always has like on a specific hat, and then I know it's them, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, without and you know what? I found myself really pulling for. They call her Clem. I found myself really pulling for her too. Like there are just some like really sweet moments, like where she has such like a tough exterior, and for good reason, right? But you find yourself really pulling for her, and just I love characters like that. And do we want to? I mean, I feel like everybody knows what this is about. Bunch of teenagers making their way through. I don't know if they're all teenagers, but there's a lot of teenagers, and they're making their way through, an apocalyptic world, trying to do everything from not get bitten, killed. They're trying to build shelter. They need to find food, and then of course the whole, which I found myself like I did when I watched The Walking Dead. I'm just like screaming at the TV, like, don't trust these people, but that's the whole thing, right? Because at some point, obviously you do have to trust a little bit, but you don't know who you can trust. And there were elements of that in this book too, that I really enjoyed. And I can't wait for, what is the second volume coming out, like over the summer? I think it is.
I think it's in October.
Oh, October. Oh boy.
Yeah, I think it's in the fall, unfortunately. You know what? I'll look it up while we're talking.
Oh, here we go. I mean, this probably changed, but it says coming June 2023.
Okay. Well, let me check previews again.
Maybe
it has changed. Yeah.
They show the cover if anybody cares of the second volume. Oh, wait, there's like a preview of Oh no, that's a preview for a different book. Get out of here. I wanted to see. I thought it was a preview for book 2.
I haven't read that yet. I need to.
Yeah, you'll fly through it, Reid.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I think I don't know, Mary, how much of the actual Walking Dead series have you read, if any?
I haven't read any of it. You guys sent me those. Remember the brick package?
Yeah.
That giant.
Yeah.
And I should get to it soon though. Now that the main show is over, because that's kind of what I was waiting for. So now I'm probably
Buddy Reid.
Oh,
accidental Buddy Reid.
Oh, maybe.
Because I don't know, Kristen, how much of it did you read?
I read through, I think, the first 100 issues.
Oh.
And that was years ago. So I never finished it. I need to go back to it.
Because I think I read past where you had read when I read it. Because I can't remember when, but it was before we were like we were dating, but we weren't married or living together yet. And I think I just got a ton from the library. I think I got like the compendium from the library and
nice.
was like, I have nothing better to do. And so I read a lot of it, and I didn't love it. Like there are parts of it that I'm like, oh, this is fine, but like I didn't love it a lot. I don't know.
That's okay. Are you a fan of the show, or do you kind of feel the same way about the show?
So I really loved the show to a certain point when I just wasn't able to stay like connected or caring. Like it got to a point where I was like, I don't like peak of me caring was when Negan showed up in the show.
Okay.
And that was also like, I feel like mine and Kristen's like peak enjoyment of the show together.
Gotcha.
That was when we went to the convention and
yeah.
all that. And then like after that, I kind of fell off of it because I was just like, I need to be able to binge it, I think, for me to enjoy The Walking Dead, like that show specifically.
That makes sense.
That's when I feel like we'll go back to now that it's done, you know, because I still cared when I fell off, but I fell off to the point, I mean, because Mary, you know,
yeah, I remember.
I fell off to the point where I was like, where did I even end?
Right.
To the point where I'm like, I feel like I just need to watch it all again, you know, which I think I would have enjoyment like going back to the beginning as well. So I'm sure we'll do that at some point.
Yeah.
But you know what? I told a fib here. I did read the first trade. I just remembered I did read the first trade and I enjoyed it. But then I think I then got distracted and I was like, let me just focus on the show, you know, even though there are so many, I hear there are a lot of elements that are the same, but then there's also different things, different deaths and all that. So I was like, I don't want to confuse myself.
I liked what I read for sure. And I think the best part about at least the issues I read, it's just so, for lack of a better word, I think this is a big compliment for any book. It's very readable.
Yeah.
Like you just fly through those issues, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Which is nice. It's just refreshing.
Yeah.
My dad is saying, see, Mary's issue with 4 or 5 stars is exactly why. I think a 5-star system is way too limiting. 10 gives you a lot of room for minor complaints issues. Yeah, we're all stuck on the 5-star scale, though, because we are Goodreads people, right? So, like, we have no choice in the matter.
Yeah.
I feel like there are people, I noticed people doing this in Goodreads purely because a lot of people, when they've reviewed my books, have ended up doing it, where they'll put 3 stars and then in their review, they'll just put actually 3.5 stars. And so I think I'm just going to start doing that just so I can remember for myself. And,
I should do that too.
Sure.
And that's
because the point scale helps that to,
Yeah.
Williams is Walking Dead is too popular for Mary.
That's fair. That's fair.
Shots fired.
Totally fair, William. I'll take it.
Aren't they releasing it all again in color? Yes, they're currently coming out in color issues.
Oh dear.
I'm probably the only person who doesn't like that.
Have you seen it though? Because you may like it.
I just don't. I haven't, and I don't care to.
But like, how great are the Scott Pilgrim color issues?
That's fine. That's fine. But it's the same reason why I will forever love the Bone black and white edition more. And like, I don't.
Okay, Reid.
Don't need it.
Well, my dad's going to double dip and get both.
I mean, in reality, I probably will too, Larry. So you'll have company.
I get it. The last season was really good. I gave up on Fear when they skipped forward in time to line up the main show. I heard World Beyond is great though.
I didn't. I tried Fear, and like I think I watched the first season, and I just couldn't get into it.
I think that's the same. I think I was too bored.
People say that it got much better, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think my dad, he'll tell you. I think he watched it all. Yeah,
okay.
There he goes. So I've seen all of it. I pulled it up without even reading it. I've only all of it to varying degrees. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
You're up.
What's
me time?
What'd you read?
All right. Well, here's my 5-star read. I only have one of them. And that's Nights with the Cat, Volume 2.
Oh.
Is anyone surprised? Probably not. If you recall, this story is about this guy who gets a cat for the first time and has to understand and learn cat behavior. Like everything is just fascinating to him, and he's like, wait, how are you like this bendy? It's like you don't have bones, like little like things that are only weird cat things that you don't think about if you're not a cat person, maybe. Like look at that cat not having a spine, you know? Things like that. I really like the art. I really like the story. It's just fun. It's so fun, and makes me think about when, you know, we first got Buffy and Willow, because we were very much like, we didn't understand cats either. And I like it a lot. So I'm looking forward to more of this.
Nice.
No one's surprised.
By the way, when Reid was showing his book, no one laughed at my joke because Reid said, oh, guess why Kristen didn't like this? And I said, oh, because there were no cats in it.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
And
I did hear it.
Bunch of crickets.
I didn't hear it at all. I'm sorry. That's
fine.
A good one.
It's
I was
fine.
too busy trying to figure out ways for me to describe the book.
I know.
And then I wanted to out Kristen as a word hater.
Yeah. So you're excused, Reid, but
Thank
I
you.
don't know about the Slayer over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bye guys. See ya.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, there it goes. All right. Well,
so now, Reid, what did you read next?
I'm trying to think. I will do. Do you guys typically do all your comics reads first and then you do your prose?
It's whatever you want.
Yeah, it's whatever you want.
It's whatever
you feel like.
Free form here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do.
We embrace it all.
I'll do another comic because I don't know how to say this person's last name, and we're gonna figure it out. I think it's Kaminoff, Laura Kaminoff, for How to Pick a Fight. And I think this is one that Kristen had on last week's show. I want to read this.
Nice.
Was it?
Probably.
I feel like it was, because it's one that's been upstairs where we read things, and I just decided to read it because I was like, "She don't read it. I'm gonna read it."
You're not gonna read this.
That's right.
Yep.
And so I read it.
I didn't.
And it's and she didn't. And it's great. I really enjoyed this. I gave it. What did I give it? I probably gave it just 3 stars. And I gave it 3 stars. I feel like I liked it more than 3 stars, but looking back on it, I really loved the art. Like, it's just got this guy named Jimmy. He just wants to fight everything. He's like a kid, and he's like, he wants to be a wrestler, which is neat. And he goes on this journey to go like find all these people, and he ends up like hanging out with these like circus animals. Cool. And he meets like a wrestler, and then he gets trapped on a boat, and like all sorts of stuff. You made me big in the thing.
Show more art.
It scared me. I looked up and I saw it, but I love the art. I love the limited color palette, how it's just red, which is like super neat. Red and then black and white, and his hair. That's like my favorite part, is this character, just like this little guy's, his hair, and like just all sorts of stuff. But I did really enjoy it. I'm probably gonna have to go back through on Goodreads and change my rating, because looking at it again, I'm like, I really liked it. It's another one with a little bit less of an ending than I wanted. Like, I wanted more. I could have used maybe like 10 or 15 more pages and really wrapped it up, and then felt like a relief. Like, you were able to kind of end it in your own head a little bit. Like, I can kind of rationalize what the ending would have been, but I'm sort of like, I would have rather them tell me so that I know I'm right, because I want to be right. But I don't know. But also, just like the way the book is made and designed is really good. There's spot gloss here. It smells good.
The spine's good.
The spine.
It's a good spine.
That's cool. Oh yeah, now I remember you did show this book, Kristen, because I feel like
there's
spine, I know.
Are those gilded edges?
Well, they're not though. That's actually just the red
just,
from the interior.
Yeah, there's red around the border of every page, and it's I just like the way the book has a really good aesthetic feel to it. So, anyway, I read How to Pick a Fight by Laura Kaminoff.
Nice.
Kaminoff.
Look at you reading the stuff. Love it.
Kaminoff.
All right, my dad's this newish cat guy here, and can't confirm it's like you can pour them. That's a great way to put it.
It is. It's disturbing, but it's absolutely correct.
So as Reid was talking about the rating on that book, I think I have a question for Larry.
Uh-oh.
So, no, if we were to use because we could give our ratings and then give like a Goodreads rating and then a Larry rating. So is a 3 a 6 in Larry's world?
Yeah, how does that translate?
I understand the 0.5s, like I get that part, but I don't know. I just was a little interested in that. That's all. I wasn't.
Also, should you give him credit for the 10-star scale though?
Well, I can give him credit for bringing the topic up on the show.
That's fair. That's fair.
Wow.
Reid like that one.
I just like how Kristen couldn't just let it be.
I couldn't.
She has to be like, we can't. No, don't give him that. Don't give him credit. He didn't invent the number 10. It's like.
Hayden saying OHCs of this color edition would be amazing, but I don't think they're doing trades. That is what they're saying currently, but I don't know. They like money, so
yeah. You think they'll do like deluxe editions and just make them? I don't know. You're right. I want money, so
yeah, I think they'll do something eventually. 3 would probably be like a 7, he says.
Okay, so double plus 1 ish.
How much does the math on that though? Does that?
Well, let me think.
Because a 5 would be 10.
A 5 would be 10, and like,
all right, Kristen. You know,
the issue is like,
don't go messing with our math, okay?
The hard
your
part,
math, his math.
It's because the hard part of it is like 4 out of 5 stars.
6.5
is like it's
like 8.
Yeah,
4 plus 4 is 8.
Mathematically, it's 8, but that doesn't mean it's 8. Like saying something was 4 out of 5 stars is like saying something was 9 out of 10.
No,
because if it's like 4.5, that's a 9.
Yes, we understand math, Kristen.
Yeah. Do we
We're not trying to change the math world.
This is why I'm giving you a timeout for 1 second, because we do understand. You're like 4 plus 4. I'm saying 4 plus 4. Oh,
like, I don't get it.
We understand.
We know how it works. But I have a theory on this, because like a 3 and a 6, the 6 is going to sound higher because it's more. But that doesn't, I know that doesn't sound right, but I think that's why we're like, I don't know if this sounds right, because the higher number is going to, like, a 9 is not going to sound like a 4.
Here's the best way to put it. You 3 stars. 3 stars for Kristen is saying that you liked it, right?
Yes. That's what it actually is.
6 out of 10.
That's what it actually is, yeah.
Yeah, but if you said 6 out of 10, would you say that you liked it?
Yeah.
That's a D. That's not a good grade.
Well, let's start grading. Let's use grade like letters.
But 3 out of 5 is a good grade? It's not a good grade.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying that. That's why I'm saying you can't just do it mathematically. It can't just be math.
It's the same. No, it's the same. It's actually the same. Except you would, so if we do the point scale, that would translate to the extra points in 10. So if it's 3.5, that's 7. And then the next one up would be 8, which is 4.
Oh no. Is he?
It's not.
Yes, it is.
Wait, let's see. Wait, there's some other comments about the ratings. Let's see.
Okay. In my own personal system that I only use Goodreads, 1 is stars, hate, 2 is didn't like, 3 is okay and different, 4 is liked, 5 is loved. No, that's essentially yes. 3 okay is still, that's okay. I liked it.
But okay.
6 out of 10 would not stay in my library, but a 7 would.
Oh,
which is a 3.5. 7.
We understand
Mike,
math.
Thank you, Mike. Mike says I'm with Kristen on this one. I appreciate you, Mike. Thank you so much.
All right.
See.
Moving on.
Mary, what did you read?
All
right, I'll be back.
No, come back. Come on. We need more math lessons. Kristen, what would 3 plus 3.5 be? She's never going to come back if I keep going.
She's about to walk in here. I know. I heard the door, so she's not.
Oh.
Kristen.
Where are you? This is like peekaboo.
Come on in. You can see what it's like. You can do my bit.
What is she saying to you? Is she like
She's not
mouthing
anymore.
something?
She said, "What?" No, there she is.
What?
Hi. You gonna yell?
3.5 is a 7.
The best part is you guys didn't get to witness her try to get out of the room without letting a cat in here.
Oh, are they like waiting by the door?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have like a charger cable that's like dangling, so I know like they can't, because Buffy will destroy it. So
yeah.
So they're not allowed in here right now.
Buffy's the one that chews on books too, right? If she can.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a book that
you're
Buffy
back.
chewed near me. This
Oh.
one.
Oh yeah.
Never forget.
Yeah.
Left that out. I was like, oh, she doesn't chew books anymore. And then nope.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
another series I
she
haven't
does.
read yet that I have on my shelf.
Do you have all of them?
I think I have 3 of them. How many are there? I think I have 3.
I have 4 of them. I don't know if the 5th one's out in the
Yeah.
States yet.
Yeah, I think I have 3. Why I have 3 and I haven't read one of them? Not sure. Not sure.
We're going to see a
Aw.
fist real fast. Okay. Ooh, I should have done that. That would have been good. How excited are you for the new King of the Hills?
Very, but also like nervous. Just because I am a full-blown King of the Hill stan of all King of the Hill. Like,
Show your tattoo.
oh, I got the family dog over here. My ladybird, my grandma, who's, or actually, as we were just saying, my grandmother.
I was going to correct you.
Thank you. whose name is Birdie.
Oh.
Her birth name is Birdie. She saw it and said, "Oh, is that for me?"
Aww.
Because it says later written under it. Yeah.
And I'm just like, did she think that? I was like, no, grandmother, you're not a dog. But yes, I am very excited for it, but I'm nervous just because I think all of it will be good. I don't want it to get weird just because of so many people that aren't able to come back. Like, it sucks that we won't get to complete Lucky and Luann's saga.
This is Brittany Murphy.
Because Brittany Murphy and Tom Petty both passing.
Yeah,
so it's like
that sucks.
That's sad. And then also, like, I mean, I've read a couple articles because I hope that they've talked about not bringing Khan back at all, because Khan was voiced by like a non-Asian person voiced the character, and it is pretty, and like it doesn't age well because it is pretty offensive in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. So they just haven't really talked about how they're going to do that, and I just want them to, I don't want it to come back and it be bad. Like, I want to hear what they're going to end up doing. So that's the only thing that I'm hesitant on, because I want it to be done well, or just not done at all. And that's what I'm worried that it's going to be. If it's bad, I would rather them just not do it. Shaking my fist at it.
Hayden asks, is he king of all the hills, or a specific hilly region? Who determined the monarchy of Hilldom? Great question. Yeah, my dad showed me King of the Hill a lot growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
Oh.
Ever?
Mary.
Ever.
Oh my gosh, Mary.
Mary, it's so good. It's so perfectly stupid, but brilliant. It's funny to me because, like, growing up in my house, we weren't allowed to watch The Simpsons because my mom swore that it would make me yell, eat my shorts at, like, teachers.
And did it?
No, it didn't. I never watched it. I legit, we didn't watch it as a family, but we watched King of the Hill. And, like, if you go back and watch, like, the early seasons, it's like, there's some stuff in there that I'm like, they probably is like, this could have been way worse for me.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, truthfully, King of the Hill, all 13 seasons of it.
Wow, 13. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the only TV show that yearly I watch from front to end every year.
He's always watching it. What's great about that show, though, is like it has so much more heart than you would expect, especially from a Mike Judge show.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, it is endearing in a lot of ways, that whole family, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Something you don't expect. Sure. And I mean, obviously it's also very funny, and there's, you know,
right.
it's a good time, but there's way more heart in that show than I think a lot of the adult cartoons that you may have seen around, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And especially like coming from like what Mike Judge did before that. He literally did Beavis and Butthead and then doesn't do another animated project until King of the Hill, and then doesn't really touch an animated project at all again. I think he made Office Space in between that. But that's about it. Because he's done a lot of really well done films too.
Right. Nice. I have to ask Kim. I don't know if that's something that sounds like she would like. I'm sure she's watched it. I'll oftentimes hear her giggling out in the living room if I'm watching something in the bedroom and I come out and it's like Beavis and Butthead. Like, I'm like, where did you even find that on TV?
Love that. Reid, I would love for the original artist to redo all the animations for a 4K world. The Hulu stuff is so low res.
See, Larry, I'm going to disagree with you purely just because those are like the original, like first 2 or 3 seasons are actually when it's like fully hand drawn. And like, that's just what I think is like the beauty of it. And like Mike Judge is heavily involved in the animation in those first couple seasons. And then it kind of gets out. There are some when they start doing digital animation, it is super low res and it just looks really bad because it's digital and low res. And it's like, it just looks just cheap in like a weird way, where I think like the older stuff, when it's hand drawn and low res, it's kind of like, oh, this is a part of the aesthetic of it a little bit. So I don't know. I kind of have a soft spot for those first seasons.
Hayden saying King of the Hill is the only animation from Fox that isn't on Disney Plus here.
Interesting.
Bummer.
It's on Hulu. Yeah.
Well, Hulu stuff over there is on Disney Plus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have we seen Last of Us? No. I keep hearing it's great, though. I never played the game.
That's HBO Max, right?
I believe so. Oh, Stephanie's here.
Oh,
I'm so late, but I have to say hello. Hello, Reid, Mary, and Kristen. Hi, Stephanie. We're happy to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's tell everybody about that. Reid, because I think it's really funny. That's what this show's about. We don't get through stuff.
Okay.
You know what it's about, Reid.
Yeah.
Plus, you guys, you had dinner already, so
yeah, we already it's fine.
Yeah, keep waiting for me to run through the door and yell at us for dinner.
What if you did?
What?
What if you ran through your door?
I don't like it.
Oh, there's your next fiction book.
So when Stephanie and I talk on the phone, Reid has an impression of us. I guess of me, because you can only hear me.
Yeah, I only hear Kristen, and it's just her going, yeah, yeah, girl, yeah, yeah. It's the little laugh, because she never laughs fully. It's never a full
Right.
total laugh. It's just and it's over every time. It gets me.
Somebody says it's because I talked to him. I don't think that's it. Oh, that's funny. I like your girl part. That's my favorite part.
Girl.
I don't deserve full laugh. No, you totally do. Reid popping up randomly on other comic channel live streams to yell that it's time for dinner and then leaving is the running gag we need.
Oh, yeah.
That would be so funny, actually.
Even if it's like 11 a.m. in the morning, you just have to run in and yell that it's dinner time. Just like whatever time, it's always dinner time.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I missed this from my dad. How good are the masters? Could it be scaled up? Reid, do you have the masters with you of King of the Hill?
I don't have the masters.
What if you pulled them right off your shelf? Like,
wow.
Yeah. I have the DVDs.
That counts.
It's at this point, it's like a master, right?
Yeah.
So you don't know is the answer.
I have no idea.
Okay.
It'd be a question for Mr. Judge.
Is it your turn, Mary?
It's my turn.
Okay. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry, Mary.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry. I'll be thinking up more interview questions for you, Reid.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, check out Summer Vacation on Kickstarter. Links in the description. Reid put out his next book. It's a fiction book about a band of teachers called Summer Vacation. He's doing the great graphics right there.
That's right.
It's up on Kickstarter now. You should totally back it because it's really great. Yay.
Good job.
Support
Kristen.
independent comics. Okay. Sorry, Mary. Go ahead.
That's right. My favorite thing is when I get, I know, here we go, sidebar again, is when I get my Kristen Care packages, and sometimes there are little Reid tokens in there. It could be sketch, could be a lathe cut. Am I saying it right?
Lathe cut. Yeah.
By the way, I played it the other day, and I was so nervous because
Does it play?
it plays, and
nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, Reid, have you even tried to play one? I don't think you have.
No, I have, but I have.
Okay.
They're just all different. Like, because they're literally just made by hand, like on a lathe cut, like on a machine, like basically just a reverse turntable.
Yeah, so but I was. Yeah, they're square though, so I was nervous. I'm like, I felt like the needle was just gonna. I don't know what I thought. I was like so careful. But anyway, but because I've never seen one of those before, so I was very curious. But I wanted to compliment you because you have such a nice. The tone of your voice is so. It's so. The word that's coming to my mind is endearing. Like it's just so. It's no, really, your tone is very pure. Like.
I was an Indiana State vocalist finalist 2 times.
Of course you were.
Just gonna say.
I mean, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, probably.
I sang, big hits like "Carro Mio Bien" and "I Attempt from Love Sickness to Fly."
Oh,
those are my gold state rating performances.
You want to do a little excerpt real quick?
I attempt from love sickness.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Killing it.
And my mom just sitting in the classroom, just like,
that's my son.
Yeah, that or she was playing the piano. Like, geez, will you hurry up? She accompanied me a lot. I think that was. Yeah. Anyway, continue. You read something, didn't you?
I read something. Sorry, that was my fault. That distraction was my fault. So, I kept seeing this book everywhere I looked. Every show I saw on YouTube.
Is Mike rating you? Sorry, I just
no, he is. I think he is.
Reid, 2 stars. Yikes.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
Well, that song is not on the lathe cut.
That song is not on the lathe cut.
Kickstarter.
It's not.
Just to be clear,
it's exclusive to here.
Yeah, my comment about the endearing voice, that was not for that song.
So Mary maybe read something.
So I maybe read something that I kept seeing on Bookstagram. I kept seeing it on YouTube, and it's Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I'm sure everyone's seen this cover.
And you finished it?
And I finished it.
Oh, last I heard you hadn't finished it. Love this.
So,
is that
I finished. Right? Or She-Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But so no fear, because I know this might be the kind of book you're like, oh God, what's she gonna say? How's she gonna rate this? I started off like I messaged Kristen. I'm like, having a little bit of a hard time. But then it was like 3 minutes later, I messaged you again. I'm like, forget it. I was wrong. I'm enjoying it now. So I do think this is a great book if you're like me and you know, I was going to say very little, but like pretty much nothing about fantasy books. Like, I'm definitely a newbie in the genre. And it's like, I have to tell you, I think this is a great book if you feel that way. You're like, I don't know what to read in fantasy, but I want something a little bit different. It's very cozy, as everyone says. So you follow Viv and what's the other character? Oh boy, Tandri, I think is the other person. Someone's screaming right now, like, hello, that's Tandri. But anyway, you follow, you follow like all the way through them building a cafe. And it's in a time and in a place where they're like, what's this coffee thing that everybody's talking about? It's like this new thing that hasn't touched their world yet. So it was really like, for me, like the cozy elements were like the building of the cafe, and then like the different recipes, they end up having like little desserts, like to the point where like chocolate is a new thing. So like they introduce chocolate and everyone's like, what is this like wonderful treat that you're serving? And then there are, of course, some little twists and turns that there are some issues at the cafe and with some of the neighbors and things like that. So there's like a little drama, there's a little romance, and it just really definitely a cozy feel. I gave it 3 stars, but I'm going to say this. I gave it a solid 3 stars. How's that? Because
what would that be in 10 stars? Yeah.
So if I was going to use the 10-point system, I would give it a 7.
Wow.
You know what? I think I just realized the difference. We're spending all this time trying to convert stars to points.
No, they're still
no,
stars.
10 is not stars. 10.
My dad uses 10 stars on his channel.
And that's wrong. That's too many stars. That's too many stars. That's too many stars.
So you're saying wait, so you're saying that that's a point system and stars are stars? 5 stars.
That's why the math is different, Kristen.
But my dad he uses
just let me be right.
Mike says it's a fun, relaxing read and not too crazy on the fantasy side.
Agreed. Because there are sometimes, like, again, total newbie in the fantasy genre, but like there are times when, like, you know, they would name things like, I don't know, like name one like a fantasy animal, like a gargoyle or something. I don't know, but like they would name, like they would name something, and I'm like, what's that? And then I just realized it doesn't matter what it is, just keep going and enjoy the story, you know.
And you listened to the whole thing, right?
I did listen because I listened on the train. So.
And you like the narrator, and it was good.
Yeah, Travis, the author, narrates it.
That's cool. Did you say that?
I didn't, but that would be a great thing to mention.
I was like, did I totally miss that? Okay, no, that's cool because that doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, and I think it really works because obviously they know what voice it needs to be, you know, voiced in, right? Because they know the characters better than anybody else could. So, cool. I enjoyed it, and I think, Kristen, I think you should read this.
I do have it on my shelf from the library, so I have that is sitting there for me.
I do wonder though, because I tend to listen to all of my cozies, and maybe that just works for me. But I get more cozy listening, I think, than reading. I don't know why. Right? I don't know why. Because it's not like there's like sound effects of like coffee cups and stuff. It's not one of those.
There should be.
I know. I think that might irk me a little though.
Oh.
You'd be like, I don't want to actually be there.
Because then what if you had to hear like people chewing and stuff?
Oh no.
Out of there.
Get out of there.
Yeah. I get that.
Hayden's got it. Too many stars. Look up at the sky and try and tell me there are more than 5 stars.
We ain't talking about rating all the stars in the galaxy.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Okay. The rating systems are actually pretty fascinating to me. Back in ancient times, I was watching and reading Siskel and Ebert. And if I remember right, they used a 4-star system, even more limiting.
Wow.
4 stars? Did they?
Yeah, no, I remember that. Like, because I remember when there were certain movies that would get like 3 stars, and that would be like a big selling point. And I used to remember, I used to think like when I would see like a movie poster at like the video rental place, it would be like 3 stars, and I'd be like, that seems like really low stars to be like bragging about.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was 3 stars. Like that, I remember they had like a 4-star point, like 4-star system, a 4-star point system. Let's just add them all together.
Rick says rating should be binary, recommend or don't recommend, kind of like Netflix. Thumbs up or thumbs down.
It's true.
What if we started doing that? We're just like this.
Really?
And then
that's it.
Your turn.
I mean, that we would definitely, it wouldn't be taking us an hour to get through 2 books each so far.
Yeah. Hayden says, I think the actual conversion rate is 1 star equals 5 points. Oh.
Wait, is that real?
No, it can't be, because then 2 stars would be 10 points.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Nothing makes sense is the point. Nothing makes sense.
How about last year? I'm like, I'm not going to rate my books anymore. I feel bad for creators. And then here I am in 2023 being nasty and stuff.
Yeah, you're like, that was a slog. 2 stars.
Roar!
Oh, love that for you. All right, I read something.
Did you?
I read Captivated by You. I got this at the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale. Did I know anything about it? No, I didn't. Did I like it? I gave it 3 stars out of 5 stars.
So that's 15 points.
That's 15 points. So sounds pretty good, actually. We're going to confuse everyone. They're going to be like, should we read any of these or not? You know, I liked parts of this more than other parts. There was a lot of like back and forth with the characters. At first I was like, is this an anthology?
Oh.
Because it was like the same school, but they went back to other characters, and I don't know. But I think I liked it okay. Would I recommend you go buy this? No. Would I recommend you grab it from your library? Maybe if you really like manga and you want something different. But ultimately, I'm not keeping this. So that's how I feel.
So then in Larry's system, that'd be a 6 because 6s and below don't stay in the library.
And it does make sense because I gave it a 3.
Yes.
So now we have to, okay, so we're giving 3 different ratings for every book now.
Actually, I think it's like 4 or 5 at this point.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay. All right.
All right, Reid, did you read something?
I did. I'm going to talk about, this is a book I listened to, and I really, really loved it. I had started to listen to it like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but I got it on the Libby app and I didn't finish it in the time. I wasn't able to listen to it a bunch or anything, something like that. So I had some Audible credits left over, and I was like, I'm using it on this. And that is the book Wildwood by Colin Malloy. And I loved this book so much. It was so good. Colin Malloy is the lead singer and principal songwriter for the band The Decemberists. So if you know that band at all, it fits very much in his wheelhouse. It's kind of like, I think I described it like whimsical and Tolkien-esque, but not like overly Tolkien. Because I don't love it when people I love Tolkien, but I think when other people try to be like Tolkien, it's too much because there's just so much information that it just hurts your head. So like with Wildwood, it was like super charming and whimsical. It's the story of this little girl, and she's like hanging out in Portland, and she like has her baby brother, but then like these animals come and like steal her baby brother, and so she has to go into the woods to try to find them, and discovers this entire like different world of like animals and humans living together. And it was just so great. I really loved it. And the narrator was fantastic. There's 3 stories. There's 3 books in this series, and I'm ready to start the next one. I'm excited, but it's a different narrator, but I think it's narrated by the author, which is cool. So I'll be excited for that. But it's really great. And I was when you were talking about like kind of wary going into like the fantasy world of stuff, this had kind of similarities with that. I was kind of worried about that just because it's too much fantasy is annoying and just kind of intimidating. But this was super well done, and it was, your classic fish out of water story where they just come in and you're like, what else? Like, she's a regular girl, so anything that I wouldn't know what it is, it gets explained to her, so it kind of helps you navigate through it. But it's super, super good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I would give it 9 out of 10 stars in a 10-point rating. No, 9 out of 10 points, not stars, because there's not 10 stars. And I would 100% recommend and buy it. And the one thing that I wish I did own, I wish I did own it in person, because Colin Malloy's wife, Carson Ellis, illustrates the book covers, and then also there's illustrations throughout the book. So I wish I owned it so I could see those. But
Cool.
anyway, if you have a free credit, Mary, I recommend this book big time.
Okay.
Because it was fun.
And yeah, Mike's saying we should use the buy, sell, or borrow scale system. I've been trying to tell people like what I intend to do because, you know, I think Mary, you and I have talked about wanting to like curate our collection more this year. It's something like I want to get rid of more books. I want to keep stuff that I really love. So yeah, like I'm glad I read this ultimately, but I'm gonna get rid of it. So and I'm gonna keep this one. So if you want to know, thanks, Mike. We'll start doing those too if we think about it.
Well, I'd like to say I'm going to keep this.
Good.
Maybe upgrade someday, right? Because eventually that will be an option. Right?
Hope so. Hope so.
I would think so. My turn, right?
Yeah.
Look at us talking about books.
Wow, we're doing it.
Getting somewhere.
So this I found on Hoopla by mistake. Well, I think by mistake. I was probably targeted, right? Based on what I look at. I don't know. So I didn't know anything about it. But the cover, the art on the cover, I was like, I have to see what this is about. And it's only, I think it was like 48 pages long. So it's not as if it took a lot of time. So I know we love a nice quick read. So this is called Notes on a Case of Melancholia or a Little Death by Nicholas Gurwitch. Now let me see, it's on my iPad. So I don't know how close or how much of the art you could actually see, but sorry for the light.
But I tried to do the same thing the other day and I was like, we can't see it.
The art is beyond. So like, let's look at this one. Can you see?
Oh, wow. Oh. You want me to pull you up so low real quick?
Yeah. So then maybe you could see it better. Oh, geez. Now you can also see the screen. Just trust me.
No, but it looks cool.
If you have Hoopla, you should definitely, I know, I'm going to do it just one more time because this one has pink in. There's a reason, and there's a very good reason why everything's pink too.
Oh, it's so nice. So wait, is this like a comic or picture book or like?
It's a picture book, right? Yeah, picture book because there are. You're the one that read it, Mary. There aren't. I'm not sure if there are any words. Sorry for my memory, but anyway, I'm going to read really quickly the summary because. Just the first line will kind of make you giggle. Death becomes a patient of a recently bereaved psychoanalyst. Oh. So what was so funny though is like you see like, you know, he's like sitting on the couch with his little, what do you call those things?
Scythe.
That. And it's just like, he's talking about, so anyway, the topic of discussion is his frolicsome child who has no apparent interest in grim reaping. So you also see like the way the kid is drawn. He's like this big. Just trust me. If you have a Hoopla borrow, just read. You have to flip through this because, like I said, it's short. This was put out on Dark Horse Comics, and Nicholas Gurwitch. He is the author and the artist. And it says this is part 1 of the series. I didn't look into it further. Hoopla only has this one, but I am curious to see if there are other volumes because I would definitely check them out.
Awesome.
So, yeah. That was a nice find. I love that when that happens on Hoopla.
How many stars?
Hold. I think I gave it a solid 3. I don't think I gave it 4.
And how many points is that?
That would be 15 points.
Okay.
And then on a scale of 10, see, I'm going to go, I would say 6 though, not going for the 7.
Oh.
Makes sense to me.
After you read it, I think maybe you get more of a feel. Like really, this was all about the art for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I was just, oh no, here we go with another system. If we were just going by art, I would give it a 5. 25 points and
are there words?
Reid, I'm not sure.
I'm only asking.
You're gonna make her read it right now again?
No, I'm only asking because if there are no words, then you have to go only off of art.
No, because there's still a story. You don't need words to have a story. You know that.
You know that, Reid.
You're an artist.
You know that more than anyone else, Reid.
No, I know, but the art tells the story.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
But
that's not.
but the art, I feel, can stand alone. Like, I would frame like almost every page of this book as a piece of art, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I don't know.
I get your point though.
Okay,
But
yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, no. This has nothing to do with what you're saying, so go ahead.
Oh no, while we're doing this, I'm going to quickly flip through this book and tell you if there are any
Yes.
words. I
All
don't
right.
think there are though.
I love this. Well, so everyone watching right now, we need to tell you again. Summer Vacation is on Kickstarter currently. It is Reid's first long-form fiction graphic novel.
True.
You can Kickstarter right now, and I think you should check it out. There are levels for everybody. If you just want a digital copy, it's quite cheap, so check that out. If you like vinyl, there's a 7-inch vinyl, very limited. It is in the description, so click on that.
You can get here's the original cover art.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. This is what the cover art looks like. You can get that too.
Yeah, if you really want it. So everyone should check that out. If you haven't, please do.
Please do. Yes.
And if you happen to back it during the show, let us know. And we will praise you. We will give you live recommendations if you really want. I don't know. We'll throw in stuff.
We will give you points, and we will rate you.
We will give you points.
You will get 5 stars.
Or 25 points.
Or 25 points. Or what are Larry's 10 what? 10 point? No, help me out. I'm lost.
10 stars.
Stars.
Yeah. It's we're the show where everything's made up and the points don't matter. That's right.
Yeah. Or you know what? Here's the thing. When you back Reid's book, you're gonna want to keep it. You're not gonna sell it.
That's true. You will.
That's right.
It's gonna be that good.
And you want to read it, so then you can come back and tell us what you would rate it in stars and points, and on the 10-point scale system.
And we want it to get super funded so that I can throw in extra special goodies and upgrades and stuff as stretch goals. Because I haven't even mentioned it, but I'm thinking about doing it where I'm going to throw in one-of-a-kind bookmarks that are text prints from my gig posters. One of a kind.
So they're all screen printed, screen printed.
All hand screen printed, and like 4 or 5 different posters were used out of them. So,
Kristen, did you ever tell Reid that one time you guys sent me a package and Reid used I don't know what you call it,
my blue line art as packing? Yeah.
I told Kim, I'm like, I'm not throwing this stuff out.
That's what I was going to do with it.
I made little bookmarks out of them.
That is actually where the idea came from.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I told Reid about that, and I was like, Reid, you should do that with some of your test press, because he always does test screen prints for his posters. I said, cut those up, make those out of what are you doing? Mary's got great ideas.
So I wait.
I cannot throw them out.
Yeah. No, I wait until I get 4 or 5 different gig posters are on each of these, and then each side, and then I cut them up, and then they're.
So you got to send some of those to Mary because that was her brainchild.
Yes, I will. I got to wait until we have stuff to send to Mary, but I will.
Oh, I got some stuff.
Oh, we got stuff.
Well, her birthday's in April, so.
And so is yours.
Yeah, a day apart.
Ooh.
Which day?
The
4/21.
I'm 21.
Oh, okay.
Not 21 years old, apparently.
Larry, you're so young.
I look good for my age.
I mean, that is what everyone says.
No, stop it.
It's true.
We gotta. My dad's telling us stuff. You all realize Hoopla has a website. You could just screen share the site. Here's the deal, Dad. You actually cannot read Hoopla on the website. One.
Yeah, you can.
You can. I'm sorry, Kristen. I don't like to disagree with
you.
You
do it.
Yeah.
I thought I went on there once and tried it and it didn't work for me. So
no, it does.
I've listened to audiobooks on there sometimes, while I'm working.
Okay, well, we can't screen share because we don't have premium StreamYard. Mary and I know that because we tried, remember?
Well, here's the let's be honest. We tried for about 15 seconds before we got annoyed. We tried using the present button, which we do have. I think that will work, right? We didn't listen.
Should I just click the present button?
I'm clicking it.
Everybody, hit present.
It says screen sharing is easiest with 2 monitors. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah.
And then we were like, slides? What are slides? So I see it right
Yeah,
here.
we were very confused. That's true.
Oh, it's trying to get me to share the other. It's trying to get me to share the email that Kristen sent me. I don't like that.
So it says we currently support Google.
Oh.
Ah! Sorry, it scared me.
I figured it out, guys. Can you see this?
Too much. It was too. Yeah, we can.
Can you see that?
Stop the Inception. It hurts.
Am I on Kickstarter right now?
You are on Kickstarter.
Okay, I just can't see you guys when I do this.
You can't see us on the side, like the sidebar. No. Okay, we can see you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this is Reid's Kickstarter. Well, we figured it out, so good for us. What do you want me to show on this?
No one asked you to show this.
My dad was like, "Hoopla," and I'm like, "Yeah, we can't do that. Apparently, we can." So from now on, I guess we should do that, Mary. I don't know.
What did you do?
I
We're gonna have to change the title of this episode to "How to Share Screen on StreamYard."
I hit present, and then it did it.
That's it. No.
Well, I hit present, and then I hit like entire screen, and then I hit another button. I thought it wouldn't work before. No, I thought it wouldn't work before. So, so I was like, "Oh, we can't do it." You know, it's so weird not being able to see you guys. I just see Kickstarter right now, so it's weird. But look at how great this cover looks, Reid. This is a good cover.
Thanks. I worked hard on it.
Yeah, it looks nice. This is the band in the book, Detention. That's the cover of their EP.
Nice.
Here is what the exclusive lathe cut record may look like. It is a 7-inch.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some interior art. We should have done this earlier.
Yeah,
we didn't know we could do it.
We didn't know.
Listen, I know
we don't know anything.
Kristen, you didn't want to give Larry credit for the number 10, but I'm sorry, you have to give him credit for this inspiration to try again. You do. You kind of do.
Yeah. I mean, well, we needed to figure out if we could do it eventually, but
we needed. I think we needed the push. Like we needed.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Dad. Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't have Hoopla ready for you, but
I'm working on that. I actually. If you want me to try.
Yeah. Hold on. I can stop sharing. But anyway, everybody needs to check this out. Digital music, signature and sketch in your book. You got your 7-inch. What a great deal. Nice. Anyway, and there's stretch goals like you talked about. Signed book plate if we get to 2,500 for everyone. And that's different than the signature and sketch in the book. So you can just also get an extra book plate.
Yeah, so you'll just get it. Yeah, you'll get an extra. If you got the signed and sketched, you'll get something extra signed, like a little book plate that you can put in the book if you want, or you can just let it be as like a little print. And then if you don't get that signed level or a signed and sketch level, you will also just get a little signed book plate. Yeah.
Cool.
If you get up to 3,000, all the books are upgraded hardcover.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, I didn't
love
see
hardcover.
That's a big one.
We have to make that happen. I already told you, Reid, this whole campaign is like, I've been nervous since you told me it was launching. I keep feverishly checking. So if above anything, if anyone cares about my mental health, you will pledge something to this.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're going to get incredible work. I promise you.
Yeah.
Mary's better at selling me than I am at selling me. So it's great.
And there is an option for anyone who hasn't used Kickstarter. They don't know. You could just, pledge $1 if you want, just to support Reid if you really want to. Like that'd be pretty cool. So I get it. Not everybody has money for a book.
Totally.
But I do love this last one, the 4,000 level, exclusive zine with sketches, articles, reviews, and art for all reward levels.
Yeah, so that'll be really cool because it'll have just extra stuff in there, and it'll be a PDF for the digital people, and then also you get a physical copy, like printed one.
No.
And then look, I made my first animation ever. Yeah. I did that.
Oh, really? That's your first one?
That's the first one I ever made. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's how all stretch goals work, where it applies to everybody, but I think that's pretty damn awesome.
There are some that are like that, but I don't. it's more work if I don't let it apply to everybody, and also I don't think it's fair. Like everybody's
Yeah.
helping put it together, so
Yeah.
I try to do as much as I can.
That's
It's
cool.
hard, like to upgrade to a hardcover book. If you did the PDF level, unfortunately, I can't help you
Right.
there,
Right.
but you're still able to contribute, and hopefully, if we get to the big one.
Nice.
Absolutely. And we do have to just mention Durf Backdurf, who of course did My Friend Dahmer, Trash, Kent State. He loved your GG Allen book, as well as Iggy Pop, which is still the coolest thing ever, right?
Weirdest, most fascinating, amazing thing that's ever happened. Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, check it out, you guys. Links in the description. I'm gonna stop sharing.
Okay.
So I can see you guys again.
Now I want to try it. Can I try to share?
Yeah.
I'll be real quick about it. I know this is probably people are like, all right, you guys, enough. All right. Are you guys are like leaning forward?
Hayden saying, is it going to be a signed piece of hotel stationery? The book plate. No, it'd be cooler than that.
I don't know. Part of me's thinking like I may legit just go to a hotel and see if I can just take like their, like if they have like a scratch pad that's like marked with Hampton Inn, I'm just going to use that.
Mark with Hampton Inn.
Wouldn't that be fun?
How much does the sponsor pay for these plugs? Reid, I don't think pays anything.
I pay with dignity.
My dad loves the cover.
Thanks, Larry.
All right, I'm adding you to the stream. Here we go.
Can you see me?
Oh my.
I can see you.
We can see you, and wow, this is so much better.
Isn't that cool?
It is. We should do this. Thanks, Dad.
Watch us get in trouble for...
Yeah.
Like,
well, we may is the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
We couldn't show the whole book, at least.
I just got nervous.
No, I get it. No, you're like, I can't do that. That's funny.
But it'll be good, like, just to show covers.
Yeah,
and maybe,
for sure.
Maybe like one page.
Yeah, no, I get it. My dad says, awesome, Chris, and that teach us to do this, please. No. People who want to see screen shares come here. People who don't, go to Jess. It's fine. Oversized hardcover, Reid?
Oh, interesting.
So
it's a different shape, though, right? I mean,
yeah, that's the tricky thing, because I originally did want to call like the upgrade an oversized hardcover, but I'm scared to do that because what are the technical parameters for something to be oversized?
Well, and I think that's especially hard for something that's not a typical trade size, right?
Yes.
Because those do have like we know what a standard size versus an oversized. But for something like yours, which is landscape, like how do you
I could
that?
make the trim size bigger. I could do that. Like instead of making it a 9x7 landscape book, it could be, an 8x10 or an 8.5 by, like it could be magazine sized, but then landscape. Like I could do that, but I'm scared to call it that just because I'm worried someone's going to be like, that's not oversized.
Yeah, I don't blame
you. And like at that point,
like my dad saying larger than a standard comic is OHG. Yes, except what about something that's not the same?
Like, well, then by
I guess
that
you could
standard,
turn a comic, right?
Well, yeah, but then my question is like, if that's the case, then technically Sad Religion was oversized.
No, it was, yeah.
Because it was magazine sized?
Yeah, that was oversized.
Okay.
That's official.
So
was Popeye.
Yeah.
The man Popeye.
Yeah. So that's just what's tricky, because I feel like oversized needs to be like bigger almost.
My dad's saying shape doesn't matter. So Mike wants an Omni.
Mike, I want an Omni too. That may be in the future. We'll see. Talking about possibly doing a collected thing.
Listen, we can get to an Omni if we get this.
That's right.
Campaign.
I gotta walk before I run, so let's get this one done.
People need to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Caden says as long as it smells good.
Good point.
Good point, Reid. Make sure it smells good.
That's gonna be the hardest part. That's gonna be the toughest one.
Who's up? Does anyone know?
It's you.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Mary's saying you.
No, I I'm having difficulty.
Okay.
That's me. There's Kristen.
Well, it's okay because this one actually is both of us read. Because I read
Oh.
this and then you read this, and it is Moonhead and the Music Machine.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
This is one we picked up from a Half Price Books. No Brow put it out, which we've been really enjoying their interesting works lately. Because that was also a No Brow book, the fight one that Reid mentioned.
Yeah.
I gave this a 3, and it was very bizarre and strange about this kid who has a moon for a head, and his whole family has moons for heads, but the other kids don't. So you get to see him dealing with his struggles with a moon for a head, and eventually he makes this music machine and enters a talent show. And yeah, I read it, and then I was like, I need to know what you think about this, Reid. And I had Reid read it, and I believe you also gave it 3 stars. Is that correct?
I did, yes.
What are your feelings on it?
It's one of those that, like, I read, like, if you asked me to, like, fully explain it more than what you just explained it as, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so true.
I loved the art.
I did too.
I love the concept of the story. I don't understand really what happened. I think there are certain parts where I think I kind of got it, but there are other parts where I'm like, this is just interesting. There's a whole, like, it's a pretty chunky book, but I didn't feel like a lot happened.
No, yeah. Ultimately, like, not a lot happened at all. But I think the 3 is solid. You know, I liked it for what it was. I don't intend to keep this around.
Yeah.
You know, it was very strange and different, and you know, I'm glad we picked it up. But yeah, ultimately what's the point of it? I don't know, but it was weird and cool, and I like the art.
Like, similar to How to Pick a Fight, I felt like, which I don't think we'll keep either. I don't know if these are books that we're going to keep as much as I think they're creators that we're going to follow. Like, I would read, like, as soon as I finished reading Moonhead and How to Pick a Fight, I went to the authors and artists. Like, I went to their Instagram page or their, you know, social media or whatever to follow them, because I wanted to keep up with what they're doing, because I thought it was interesting enough to stay with it. But, like, I didn't feel like the book didn't change my life or anything. It didn't feel like, oh, I need to keep this for that reason. But I want to continue supporting them.
Yeah, I agree.
It's interesting. It's definitely an interesting story.
That's how I feel.
I would guess, just from what you mentioned, what the story's about, it seems like, I mean, is there like an element of, you know, kid has a moon head? Like, is it about, you know, being unique or being a standout and not like everybody else? Like, is it that kind of theme?
There is some of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a couple things that happen that I kind of realized later, like after reading it, that I was like, oh, I think that may have like been like a deeper meaning thing. But also the one thing I will say that I'm a sucker for, which I'm gonna think Kristen might not like, is I love when there's something like that in a story and then it's just never addressed. Like,
okay,
I will say, if you go
why
into
would you love that?
I don't know, because part of me is like, it's such an alpha move that I'm just like, are we never going to talk about why this dude has a moon for a head? And I'm just kind of like, it's kind of sweet.
right?
And I mean, they did.
It's kind of awesome.
It was
sort of
never
like,
addressed.
I don't know. It's maybe like, so like the movie Roxanne with Steve Martin.
I
with his big nose.
love that movie.
It's been so long since I've seen it, so I hope I'm not right. But they don't ever talk about why he has a giant nose. He just has a giant nose, right?
You're right. They
Exactly.
never talk about it. Yeah.
And it's like, I love that. I think that's so great. I like, so it's just things like that I think are amusing, and like, like I'm kind of like just ultimate alpha move. Just like, nah, don't. This guy's got a moon for a head. I'm never gonna talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Everyone rated 5 stars, 10 points, 85 donuts. Keep on Goodreads. 85 donuts. Whew.
Now we're getting
What book would
ratings?
be worth that many donuts?
See, here's the thing: where are the donuts from? Because that does change it. Everyone
does change it.
I think you have to assume that they're donuts that you love. right?
Okay, good, because like if you're talking the run of the mill, like going to a grocery store, get a donut from their bakery, I'm not about that life.
Which
If
bakery?
you're talking about, well, it's true.
What grocery store?
You're right, but you're right. It's fair.
It matters.
Okay, if it's a Krispy Kreme where the sign's not lit up.
Wait a minute.
I just want to point. Wait, go ahead. Go
Mary
ahead, Mary.
is very confused.
Wait a minute. What I before anybody starts explaining to me, I know what Krispy Kreme is. They make delicious donuts.
Yeah.
So you're saying so you're saying this Krispy Kreme sign statement that you made, that's like from the place. Like you mean buying it from the Krispy Kreme.
But you know what the sign is, right?
Like Reid, this is what I was trying to avoid.
Well, no, because
hold on.
I'm gonna.
I did this. I want to say it. You know what the sign is, right? You know what the lit up sign means, right?
Oh, they're fresh?
It means they're hot.
Okay. Sorry.
See, this is funny because my parents just discovered this also.
Like, yeah, that is funny.
They were like, did you know you can go? That's not how my parents talk. But it's like, do you know they can go? You can go to the Krispy Kreme and that light's on and you can just get one?
I have to tell you, this may be a sort of regional thing for me because the Krispy Kreme that I know of is in Penn Station, and I don't think they have the sign. I will look on Monday when I have to go back in. I will look.
Well, what's extra funny about this is I haven't been to Krispy Kreme in years. And I would never pick Krispy Kreme over any donut place we have in this city or my hometown. I would not.
What's going on?
We have amazing donut places here, Mary. That's what's going on. We have two amazing, there's actually more than that, but two that we know of that are definitely amazing here in our city. So
here's the deal. Also, in our hometown, there was a donut.
Has an amazing donut place,
to the point where they just now got a Dunkin' Donuts in our hometown, and Dunkin' Donuts was scared to go to this town. To the point where
truly
the Dunkin' that they have now is like very limited as far as like people don't go there for donuts. They go there for coffee and like breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, right. They do all the sandwiches. Yeah.
And I think that's the same here. We have one Dunkin' here.
One Dunkin',
and it's like the local spots hold the monopoly on the donuts here, which is great. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But wait, the Krispy Kreme glazed cream filled, they don't make your mouth water. Like,
okay, so
you lost Kristen at cream filled.
You lost me at cream filled. I hate a cream filled anything. Just don't put cream in stuff for me. I'm not interested.
You know, you think you know a person.
Yeah, I can't do it. No,
I'm all about the filling over here.
Me
so
too. I want to like drop it on my white shirt. Like I just want to like accidentally spill it because that means there's so much in there. Like
the best thing about the donut place that we have here has jelly filled donuts that are more than just like your typical raspberry. Like they have the full spectrum of flavors. They've got raspberry, blueberry, lemon, and strawberry.
Oh my god!
And I'm just like, this is heaven raining down on me when I eat them.
You don't like jelly donuts either, Kristen?
No.
I don't know.
No, I love, my favorite really is typically like a Long John, but a white one with no cream inside. So I want the vanilla icing.
You have to tell me what the Long John donuts are. I don't know what that is. I mean,
no,
you're like these Kentucky people.
We're just making
what's going on?
Yeah, we could just be making stuff up at this point.
You could be.
Like,
I wouldn't know.
We like the pretty Nancy's. We like the Nancy donuts with the. No, it's just like a long one.
It's a long donut, and they call it a Long John. Typically, they're cream filled, but I don't want cream in mine, so I don't like those.
I won't ever say that again. I'm so sorry.
you can say it. I just don't want it. And I like the vanilla one specifically. Do you know what a tiger tail is?
Oh, here we go. I don't. No.
I just like how different things are here.
I know.
You know what a Bismarck is, right?
I don't. Is that wait? Are we still talking donuts?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what a Bismarck is.
I don't really either. I think
Is it like a color?
I can go off the one Bismarck that's on the menu at the donut place we go to that I don't ever order.
Okay.
It's a cream-filled Bismarck. I think it's just like a circle donut.
Well, in a
It's got
Tiger Tail,
cream in it.
it's a twisty donut, and it's like vanilla and chocolate twisted together and glazed.
Ooh.
Vanilla and chocolate dough, not
Yeah,
like
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I
glazed.
pictured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like a piece of like marble pound cake. Like they're
Yeah,
like
kind of like that. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Cheese is wondering, is it Long John just an
Ah.
eclair?
Chocolate eclair. I know that wouldn't be your thing, Kristen, but
I'm not positive I know what an eclair is.
It's a Long John.
Is it?
Pretty much. A Long John is bigger because like eclairs are typically
Okay.
small, right?
time out. I feel like eclair is like what do you call it? Like that's like a standard. No?
Yeah.
Right? You
I-
know
but
what
I-
an eclair is. It's like regular donut with the chocolate just on the top. And then it has it has filling in it. That's why I said it wouldn't be.
Oh, maybe that's why I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I'm
would,
like, filling. I don't
it wouldn't be.
I
your
don't know
thing.
about this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Long John is a Long John. An
It's probably
eclair, an eclair is a Long John, but not all Long Johns are eclairs because not all Long Johns have cream.
Got it. That made sense.
This show.
Yeah, and I'm so behind the chat, so William can't wait for Omar's breaking news of your omnibus.
Oh, that's great.
That would be funny.
That'll be the show that I crash in
Yeah.
to yell at him to make food.
My dad's saying, Comic Slayer fans, be sure to watch her on my check-in show Saturday, where I'll present never before seen photos of her as she allows me to. Okay, what
Ooh.
photos are we talking about? And also, Reid wants to join that, Dad, right?
I was gonna ask, am I joining that?
I mean, I told him that you wanted to. Is it not enough that he's moved for a head? Now he has to justify it.
Yeah.
What a
Answer
good
the
point,
question.
Cheese. Yeah.
Good point.
Karthik's going to tune in. Love that. I just thought it meant they hadn't paid their electric bill. What?
The light Krispy Kreme.
Ah, that's funny, Hayden. That's funny, Hayden.
Wait, was that the laugh, Reid, that she does on the phone with Stephanie?
Huh?
Ha!
It was sort of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty well it. Yeah.
Do that impression again, Reid. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Now do the girl. That's
Girl.
it's great. My dad's trying to promote the donut place in our hometown over here. So one day, maybe.
I will have to visit. I'll be like, fill me up with donuts, take me to all the bookstores. I want to
Yeah.
go to Larry's house.
Here's the thing, Dad. I love how my dad's still talking about that donut place. Dad, we have better donuts here. Just so you know, it's better than that place.
Here's the thing.
They're better.
Overall, yes. But your dad is right with the cream-filled Long John.
I mean,
It does not get better. Just like I will stand by the best donut I've ever had in my entire living life. And I am a type 1 diabetic, so I know my donuts.
Okay.
Sublime Donuts, Atlanta, Georgia, creamsicle donut. It is an orange iced and like orange zest donut in the dough, cream filled with like the perfect, like not overly sweet cream. It's the best donut I've ever had.
I would try that.
so anytime we go to Atlanta, we say we're not going back to Atlanta. By the way, William, thank you for saying you're with me. No need to have fillings and donuts. I appreciate that. Every time we go to Atlanta, we're like, we're never going back to Atlanta because, like, traffic. It's a nightmare. But we keep going back to Atlanta, and every time we have to hit up Sublime. And you know what's great about Sublime Donuts?
What?
24 hours. They're not a sponsor. Wish they were. How great would that be? But they're
Oh,
open 24 hours. So you could roll in there. Get that donut Reid's talking about. I don't eat that donut. I don't like that donut. But the one I like, do you remember what it's called, Reid? I have
It's
to
like-
look it up.
it's like a whole. It's like
It's
like
a
a whole
whole
grain
wheat donut.
It's like a whole
Yeah.
wheat grain, like cinnamon sugar donut twist.
Yes. It's Amazing. There's something about that dough. And also that sounds a little healthy too, right? It's not. But you know what I mean?
They also do have they have a white chocolate peach fritter.
Oh yeah.
And
that one rules.
Out of this world.
Yeah, that one.
Welcome to Donut Talk. We're have to change the name of this show again.
I'm laughing because I'm now on the Sublime Donuts website.
Yeah.
You love their logo, their branding is so good.
Yeah.
That peach fritter, though, you're right. The white chocolate peach fritter, that one rules all. That's what it was. Yeah.
I know people aren't going to be into this because it mentions that there's fresh strawberries in it, but they have one.
You're going to share the screen?
You're going to share the screen.
The fresh strawberry and cream. I bet you that's delicious because
did we have that one?
That cream is probably fresh. Yeah.
Because you're not a cream person, and if I'm gonna get a cream, like I'm gonna get the orange. I'm gonna get the dreamsicle. Also,
right.
like the only downfall is there are sometimes, since they're 24 hours, you go in like they're out of something and they're making
right.
it. So there are times where it is tricky where you go in and it's like, oh, they don't have this. But
so hang on. So what was the name of that donut you guys told me about with the chocolate and vanilla?
Tiger tail.
Tiger tail.
Well, here they call it the yin yang twist.
Yes.
Oh.
Just telling you.
Well, maybe regionally they call it a tiger tail.
Well, it's striped like a tiger tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
If donuts don't have fillings, they taste stale. Hayden, that's not even true. I appreciate you, Hayden, but you know.
Jeez. Yikes.
I just texted you a picture for Mary of Long John and Tiger tail. Okay. Quick, put it up for her. How am I supposed to? You texted it to me.
Email it to yourself.
Yeah, you're making more work of me, Dad. If you email it, I'll pull it up. How about that?
I love that Larry's looking out for me, so I know all these donuts.
Important.
The guest spot was supposed to be a surprise. Oh, well.
I'm not showing up anymore then.
Okay, but you guys have yum yums. Hayden, what's a yum yum?
I don't know. That sounds so nice.
Yeah, we have yum yum sauce, which I adore.
What's yum yum sauce? This is so ridiculous.
It's like a spicy mayo.
Oh.
It's
like,
not as spicy, though. It's kind of like creamy. It's for sushi dipping.
Listen. Is it really called I'm part Japanese. It's called yum yum sauce.
Every Asian place around us has yum yum sauce, and they call it that. It doesn't mean, hey, we're in Kentucky. I apologize. I don't.
Tomorrow,
it's called that.
I didn't even get to tell you this. Tomorrow, I took the day off. I have to help my mom out with some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking Yuki tomorrow about yum yum sauce.
Yeah, please do. What if she's like, oh yeah?
Yeah, she'll be like, yeah, you had yum yum sauce growing up. What are you talking about?
I hope so. Please tell me. That's so funny.
Oh, no.
Okay, there are these really weird glazed donut pastry things from Greg's. What's Greg's?
Who's Greg?
Hayden,
Who's Greg?
Is that like, because we have Greg's Coffee. Is that Greg's Coffee? Different thing? Same thing?
And if you're ever in Chicago, anyone watching, Stan's Donuts is the place.
Here's the thing. I was going to say, anyone who's watching this from Chicago is probably like, you're telling it sounded like you're like, I'm not sure if you know about this giant chain in Chicago called.
Oh, they're a chain.
No, I mean like anyone driving through, or like, you know, if they go to there to visit like us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Stan's is great.
Oh, what's the place in
By the way, Stan's does you could order their stuff online.
Yeah.
How?
Well, you ever heard of the website? I feel like this is what we're doing. We should name the show. Have you ever heard of? It's a website called Gold Belly. Like they ship all kinds of food.
I really thought you were going to say Grubhub.
They have this new website called Grubhub.
Have you heard of Uber?
In these parts, we have.
Greg's is like a bakery chain that does donuts, cake sandwiches, and pastries. Well, you said pasties, but I assume you meant pastries.
No, I hope
pasties are a thing too.
I hope they got pasties there.
No, yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
revolutionize the world there with their sandwiches and pasties.
Your Mama's Donuts in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Your mom's.
Was it your mom's?
Yeah, it's not your mama's.
Your mama.
You're trying to add some sass to this donut place that doesn't have it.
Your mom's donuts. That place was incredible.
It was, yes. I still think about it. I'm talking it. So like I haven't decided if we haven't decided if we're going to Heroes Con this year. I would like to go and table again. But if depending on if we get to go. If we do, I think I'm more excited about having your mom's donuts than I am about tabling at Heroes Con.
It will change your life. You know, I don't say that lightly. We have 2 great donut places here, but that one will change your life. It was incredible.
It was so good.
Oh no.
That's in out. What? That's in our kitchen. It's our cheat week. That's why I have this illicit carb material present. Okay. Dad, we don't want to hear about your diet on here. We're talking about donuts.
No,
okay?
But I want to see the pictures he sent. I want to live vicariously through it.
Not those kind of pasties. Oh wait, like is that an actual like thing?
Yeah, in England. What? Well, I've had.
Oh,
Are we saying it right though, or is it pasties, or is it just pasties? Because they're like it's like dough.
Oh, I thought it was a typo.
And like delicious innards. It's like
it's like mini pie.
It's like a savory pastry stuffed with pie filling. Okay.
Yeah.
Hayden, I apologize for my American ignorance.
We had those in London, and they were just like so freaking good.
You're so cool, Mary.
Oh,
you're so cool.
I don't know, Reid. That was like
that was
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What? I'm serious.
You're like, oh, you're so cool, Mary.
Oh, I was like looking at my email while I said that. Did I look weird? No, but I'm serious. Like, you're cool. Like, you know all the things.
No, I do.
Okay. Bye, guys. I meant it, but okay. See,
Mary, when did you go to England? I've been to England. Let's talk about foreign countries that Kristen's not.
I could tell. Hold on.
Let's talk about foreign countries that Kristen's not.
I mean, it has to be like over 5 years ago. It was a while.
Oh, that's way more recent than I went.
Yeah.
I went when I was in my cousin got married there.
Oh, cool.
And then she lived there for many years, and then now her and her husband live in the Cayman Islands. Or fancy here. Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, I have to say when we visited London, it was like the first time I went away somewhere and felt like 100% comfortable, and like I felt like I could live here. I've never felt that way, like going away somewhere, you know. It's cool. It kind of reminds me of New York, but like the people are, I think they're similar to New Yorkers, but there's a little more, in my opinion, politeness.
I think that accent, usually everything sounds more polite.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh boy, here we are.
So here are the Long Johns. These are apparently in my dad's kitchen, so that's what he meant. Okay, so here are the Long Johns. This is my favorite here, probably the coconut with the white. Love that. There's the tiger tail over there.
Oh,
yeah,
cool. The one in the middle with the coconut, that would be the one I would choose too.
Yeah, that's my jam. It's great.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Dad.
That was worth the share. That was good.
This is the most ridiculous show.
Hey, but now I can share my screen. It's so good.
Yeah.
Nick's here. Hey, y'all. Congrats on the Kickstarter, Reid.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, everybody should check it out. Remember, it's happening right now.
It's true.
And if you pledge in the next hour, we will send you 12 donuts. No, just kidding.
How great would it be? Man. We will recommend you 12 donuts that you can get on your own.
At various locations around the U.S.
We have one for every city.
There is value in that, actually. Right?
I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
I would say so, yeah.
All right. Who's up?
Oh, I don't.
Who is up? Is it you?
I think technically it's me because we both.
Oh, yeah.
I'm counting Moon Machine as yours.
And you read more, so go ahead.
I read one more. This is my last one. And I'm going to use the official name, not the dirty name for this book, which is I Hate This Place. I censored this in case my mom watches.
Aw, that's nice.
Is your mom gonna watch?
No.
No. You're like, she's not subscribed to you.
No, she doesn't. They just figured out how to put YouTube on the TV. Like, and I don't think they they watched church once on it. I think
Aw.
that's all they've got. But this is, of course, by.
I'm gonna email myself that picture. You go ahead.
This is, of course, by our great friend Kyle Starks. Oh wait, I dropped something. Do you see that? I dropped his name.
Oh,
Did it?
I was like trying to look on the floor.
But I really enjoyed this book. I don't know why. So I tend to not know anything about anything before I read it, or I know too much about it before I read it. This was one that I didn't know anything other than the fact that there were these two girls that inherit a house, and then crazy stuff happens, and that's all I knew going into it. And I really enjoyed this. This is like I really loved the art, and the art is by Artyom Toplin. I hope I'm saying that right. Colors by Lee Luridge. I think I'm saying any of these right. But I don't want to say much more about the book because I really liked how weird it was and just different. And we've talked about me and Kristen and Mary. I mean, I'm not sure how much Kyle stuff you've read, but like I love Kyle's art. And I love it when he writes and draws his own stuff. And then, of course, he works closely with Chris Schweitzer. But this was like the first book that he's just written that I really like. It was a different artist that I also was like, oh, I really like this art. I think it fits really well with Kyle's writing. So anyway, I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars.
Nice. I need to get on my Kyle Starks reading adventure because I actually have that book borrowed on Hoopla right now. So that is one that I'm going to say that I'm going to try to get to before we
Nice.
Yeah, so
I also really liked it.
Nice.
You're up, Mary.
I'm up. So I am out of books that I read or listened to. So you want me to do... Is this the Yum Yum?
Okay. This is a Yum Yum, apparently. Thank you, Hayden, for sending this in. This is what people are going to do now. Just send me donuts, I guess, and I'll put them up. It looks really good.
See, this Yum Yum is what... here's what I want to say. So a lot of times in the morning, if I were to go like all over New York City, there are, coffee carts. Does this sound... People know what that is, right? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Cart for coffee, yeah.
And they have like donuts, bagels.
Sure.
Some are real zany and they have like a tiny little grill and they'll make like egg sandwiches. So if I was going up to the coffee cart in the morning, I would say, can I have a large coffee, light and sweet, and a twist? I would call that a twist.
Oh, a twist.
That's
Interesting.
It looks like a croissant, like the bad croissants that you get, like from that you make, or not bad, but like the Pillsbury dough.
Oh yeah, with some sugar on it.
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah, how long are we going to stare at it? Is that what you're wondering?
Uh-huh.
I was kind of like in a trance, just staring at the donut.
Yeah, I know. Same.
I don't know how to pull one into this share screen thing.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like Jess.
No, you did a good job. It was very smooth.
There's another thing. But I have to it's like I have to individually select a share screen file. I don't know. Y'all don't need to see this. Okay. So Hayden said this too. This is a pasty. I don't know how we're saying it.
Delicious.
It looks interesting. How do you feel about this, Reid?
So I know it's better than this, but
don't say Hot Pocket.
No, I'm not. It's going to be way weirder than that, what I'm going to say. So I have a big pet peeve where I hate when that people make cakes that look like other food.
Oh.
And this makes me think of that.
But you know what? If you saw it in person and you could smell that delicious steak,
yeah,
and the fresh like pastry part of it, you would maybe feel differently.
It'd be better.
It definitely seems like something you would like, Reid.
Yeah, like I to speak on my cake pet peeve, I have a friend who sends me like pictures of like raw chicken, and then the next picture is someone slicing through it, and it's actually cake, and I just get real upset about it.
Didn't you guys watch a whole show about that?
Yes.
It's rarely ever realistic other food.
Oh, I see what you mean. It looks like
it's
A
like
book
for me
or something.
yeah, or it's like he would also send me like
I get what you mean.
photoshopped stuff, like there was like Reese's beans, and it was like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but when you cut it open it was full of baked beans,
Okay.
and like just that would make me angry also.
All right. We all have our things, right?
Yeah, I know, there we go, we're
There we go.
learning more about me. Oh, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
Hayden said they also make pizza.
Hayden.
Okay.
This place Greg's makes pizza, I guess.
Let's
This looks
talk
really good.
We need to talk about the fact that's not pizza.
I mean,
That's toast.
it's pastry pizza.
It's toast.
Reid,
I
you're
don't know
not
about
getting those are thicker than they look, I tell you. First off.
Yeah,
No,
it looks like
it can be thick toast. It's still
No,
toast.
it's not like Texas toast. It's like
Yes.
there's
Hayden,
filling
chime in here.
there.
Hayden, that's Texas toast. That is toast of Texas.
Oh no.
I burped. I'm sorry. I've done so
we all
well.
know, Reid.
We hit 2 hours and I've got to burp. I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh, the fun times.
Back my Kickstarter.
Mike wants to know, is that the complete story? I read a few issues before I dropped Weekly Comics. That is not the full story.
But it is a full trade.
Yes, but there's
So-
going to be more.
Yeah, I didn't know there would be more until after I read it, because I was like, oh sweet, this is one and done. But then I look at it now and I see the very, the blatant 1 on the spine and volume 1 written underneath it. So I'm like, oh, that was dumb of me.
Yeah, it looks like a donut stick, but better. It does
Agreed.
look good. William's got to say this is the best episode. Thanks, William, for being here. I appreciate that.
Thank
I'm
you,
glad you
William.
like our donut content.
I'll be back next week.
I've never been to Texas, so I cannot speak on their toast. So we call
It's
Texas
that.
toast thick toast.
It's that. No,
Yeah.
don't. It's that, Hayden.
It's
The
no
pizza, that's toast.
No,
That's Texas toast.
that's not the same. Should I get a
It's-
photo of Texas toast now?
If you Google search
Hold on.
Texas toast pizza, it's gonna look exactly like
No.
that.
No pizza.
Texas
What's
toast.
Texas toast pizza? Don't say that.
It's that.
She
It is,
said, "Don't say that."
but it is. That's what it is.
But it's not a Texas toast. Texas toast pizza is not a thing, like an official thing.
No, it's not.
But I bet you if you took Texas toast, toasted it, put some
It's
sauce
the same
and
as
cheese,
okay.
popped it in
Maybe
the
I'm thinking
toaster oven,
French
that would be
bread
good.
pizza. It's a French bread pizza.
Like Stouffer's? No, French guys. You didn't have Stouffer's French bread pizza? I'm gonna have to send you a picture.
Yep, send it over. That's Texas toast. That's not
All right.
Texas toast pizza.
we looking at Texas toast right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
What I don't get is like this is
Put-
not
put
this is
pe-
not Texas toast. This is garlic bread. What are they talking about?
But when
Put-
I think of Texas toast, that's what I picture, probably because it says
Put
New York Bakery
pizza-
on it.
Put pizza
Oh.
stuff on it, and that's exactly what that is.
No,
See, we
It's
think of like
cheese.
this thick bread for Texas toast.
but this doesn't have filling in it. The other one has filling.
You really think is this not garlic bread? I'm very confused.
Well,
That's garlic flavored. That's from New York. Mary, that's from New York right there.
I feel like I should apologize. Oh, look, Pepperidge Farms. makes
Ah!
it.
Every
Sorry,
time.
Reid. I don't
It
know how to
scares
do
me.
it because there's no like button.
It scares me.
Aw.
I feel like I'm gonna get sucked in.
She said, "Oh."
Hold on to your chair, Reid, when that happens.
Okay. Give me-
Okay, so Hayden's saying, but the Greg's pizza isn't made from bread; it's pizza dough.
Oh, okay. This is a whole
That's
new thing.
pizza. Hayden, you know what's up.
Uh-oh. What's Reid gonna say?
I have a question regarding: is any dough pizza dough when it's used to make a pizza?
Yes.
Well, no, because then I'm like, then bread dough, bread can be pizza.
Oh, like sourdough.
Well, or like my dad would make homemade pizza, and he would use croissant, like Pillsbury croissant dough.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes,
It does sound wonderful.
it was.
Yeah.
It's
Shout
nice.
out, Dad. Sound off in the chat if you're watching.
You know what?
If
You
he-
should tell him to watch. He's retired now. He needs something to watch.
He very well could be watching because I posted about this on Instagram, and
Yeah.
he would see that and he liked it.
Hmm.
So if he's figured out how to use it on the TV, then they're watching. But I don't think he's gonna figure out the chat.
Okay.
He's gonna be like, "Where's this chat button on the TV?"
You should text him and be like, "Are you watching?" Just
No.
don't say anything else. Just, "Are you watching?"
And then he'll probably just say something about Big Brother's always watching.
And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm into that show now." Hey,
Oh.
speaking of your dad, I gifted my copy of No Exit to his dad
Oh.
because his dad's all into like mysteries, but mostly kind of like cop procedural kind of
Okay.
stuff, like a John Grisham. He loves that kind of stuff,
My
right?
dad's big John Grisham guy.
Okay.
But I asked him, I was like, talk to him. I was like, okay, because he's retired now. I'm like, but like, are you enjoying, like, do you like thrillers? And he's like, what does it mean exactly? So,
Yeah.
and I'd recently read No Exit. I told him about it. And he's like, that sounds good. I'm like, okay. So I was like, I'm going to give him that for Christmas, right?
Nice.
Because, like, am I going to read that again? Probably not, right? I loved it, but probably not. So, anyway, he apparently recently finished it. And what did he say to you, Reid?
He said he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He said
And he thought it was intense, right?
He said it was very intense, and then my mom chimed in and said he said I wouldn't like it, and I was like, that sounds right.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
when I was at dinner with them before a symphony show, and I was telling them about it, and his mom was just like the whole time.
Oh dear.
And his dad was like, okay. So I was like, all right, yeah, you're not gonna like this. Don't read that.
I think
is
the
funny.
next one we should give him is The Chain by what's his name? Adrian McKinty?
I totally agree with that. As long as, do you think your dad's gonna have trouble with like a child kidnapping situation? Although I guess that's in No Exit, isn't it? So
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
So probably not. And
Probably
he'll probably
not,
read.
yeah.
He'll. I think at this point, like my father being newly retired, I think he'll read just about anything you put in front of him because
Nice.
he's like needs something to do.
Yeah.
yeah, we got him to read Pulp, which he also really liked.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was like his first comic that wasn't a Reid comic, probably, right?
Right?
I don't even know if my dad's read my books.
Oh,
Or at least
okay.
not if he's read all of them, like I know he's read I think he's read parts of it, but he's like scared to read a lot of it.
Hmm.
And he wasn't allowed to read G.G. Allen. Or well, he was. My mom's not allowed to read G.G. Allen.
Fair.
All
So,
right.
Mary, you're done. Is that what you said?
Well, I'm done with my reads, but I have other things to talk about. Like I have two things that I'm working on reading. Do you want to?
I have one thing I'm working on. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So one is for work actually. My boss sort of tasked me with we're going to be having like legit almost like book club at work. Not really a book club, but we're having a meeting like with all managers. So I honestly like I never read these kinds of books, but listen, if
Is
part
this
of
like
my
a business leadership
yeah,
kind of?
it is.
Okay.
And I started it on the train. And I'm already on page 30. It's it's a very quick read, and it's called The Ideal Team Player by Patrick Lencioni. And listen, here's how I view it.
Is that the cover to that U2 album?
It looks like it, right? It does look like it. It's like a briefcase.
Yeah.
Is that How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb?
Right?
No.
No, it was
What?
All That You Can't Leave Behind, I believe.
Oh,
is
it's the
what I'm
one that's
thinking of.
got the beautiful day.
Yeah, Beautiful Day one, yeah.
That one.
Okay.
So the way I see it is like, listen, I got a book at work. So I got a free book at work. I have to read a book for work. Ooh, how horrible. Like, that's kind of cool, right? And like, there's going to be an hour taken out of our day, not this week, but in 2 weeks. And we're going to talk about the book. So not a bad deal. So I started
Nice.
that today. So it's such a quick read. I'll definitely finish that, by the next time we talk. So, and then the other thing I have going is Reid like doing something. Did we say something? He's pretending like he's offended.
Is he?
He's off camera.
I hear him like moving in there.
Oh, maybe he's getting something.
I was in another window getting something ready.
Oh, that's okay. And then I'm
Sorry.
also working on Swamp Thing.
Ooh,
So-
look at you.
I started this. I haven't read much in the last couple days just because of work and stuff, but I'm probably about 70 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it. So, yeah, I love the story, love the art. So I'm excited to actually like be finally cracking open some of these omnis too. So, yeah, so that's what I have going on as far as like currently reading. And tomorrow, since I know I'll be in the car a lot, I'll probably start an audiobook, but I have no idea what I want to start. So if anybody wants to recommend anything, please do.
Been there. Totally get that.
Yeah.
Here's the cover I was thinking of.
That's super close. Like when you come back, I'll show this cover again. But yeah.
Yeah. Let me stop it so you can. Yeah, right? I don't know. There's something about it.
Yeah, totally.
That's funny. Well, that's exciting. It's so cool you're reading an Omni because, as you know, I don't read them.
I know.
I need to start one. I know it's bad, but I did start a manga that I've been saying I need to read, and that's PTSD Radio.
Oh, how is it?
I'm not that far into it, and I gotta tell you, don't know what the crap is going on. Like it's wild at this point, to the point where I'm interested, but I'm also like, what's happening? So it's as bonkers as this cover makes it seem so far. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't really tell you anything about it yet, you know, but I am reading that. That's all I got going, really. I need to, you know what? Every show.
What happened?
We're going to have to do it again. Every time I grab this darn dust jacket.
You know, that's my favorite when you hold the dust jacket.
Yeah. Where even is this book now? I don't know. I haven't picked it up in so long, but I need to.
You know, I actually, we just donated a bunch of books to the library. And I donated that. Yeah, only because I did really enjoy it, but I'm not going to read it again. Like
That's fair. Yeah.
And if anything, maybe, you know, I listened to a lot of that. I read probably 40% in the book and then 60% was on audio. So if I ever want to revisit it, I'll probably just listen to the audiobook all the way through.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Reid Mary was worried about you.
Yeah, I thought
sorry.
so. First I couldn't tell if you like it was like a skit or like a stunt or something. Yeah, bit. That's the word I was looking for.
No, my insulin pump battery started beeping, and I was like, it's gonna get really annoying if I don't go do it right now.
Oh, I see.
So that's all it was.
Oh, I have one thing I want to show, non-bookish, and this is from our last show that Larry brought up a certain movie that I couldn't remember. I mean, I know that I saw it, but I can't remember anything about it. So I have to show that I've picked up a copy of Winona Ryder's Boys.
Oh, no.
So I have not all of her movies, but I have a lot. But since like this came up in conversation, I'm like, I need to get it and rewatch it.
What's so funny about Boys? I don't even know if you know this, Reid, but I had such a like hatred for that movie. As like a teenager, I want to say probably. Dad, you're still in the chat, right? I don't currently in my life right now. I don't remember that movie. Like I remember having some kind of hatred for it. Like I watched it and I was like, I hate this movie. I don't know why. I don't remember why. Dad, do you remember? I just know we both know this and I don't recall why. So that's funny. It kind of makes me want to rewatch it and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, yeah, John C. Reilly's in it. Skeet Ulrich.
Oh, I love John C. Reilly.
Me too.
He's the only I have a theory. So I think John C. Reilly and Jeff Daniels are the two greatest actors of all time because they're the only two that have the amount of like range. Like Jeff Daniels has the greatest pooping scene of all time, but he's also like been nominated for an Oscar.
Right.
And John C. Reilly has been, was in Talladega Nights brilliantly and Walk Hard, Dewey Cox Story, all of these like really like stupid, hilarious movies, but then also is in Gangs of New York.
Right.
And Broadway.
You know who I feel is sort of like that? Maybe I don't think he has like an award-winning poop scene, but Paul Giamatti, I feel like, is sort of like that. Like could play anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make an argument for Natalie Portman being similar? Because she was in, you know, that movie with like bow and arrows and stuff that was like a stupid comedy with like maybe James Franco and some other people. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, just okay. Her being in one crappy movie called Your Highness.
Okay, yeah, it was so bad.
Okay, now that's here's the thing.
No, she's in that.
No, that doesn't. I have to say that doesn't count because no one liked that movie.
Okay, but she was also in No Strings Attached, which was not as good as Friends with Benefits.
I saw both of those, and I don't remember.
Friends with Benefits was way better. Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake.
Oh, right.
Was way better, and that came out at the same time as the Natalie Portman, Ashton Kutcher one.
Yeah, they were the
which
same
I
movie.
wanted to love. They weren't the same movie. They had the same concept. The one with Justin Timberlake had so much heart, and it was lovely, and I loved it. The one with Natalie Portman didn't, and I'm sad because I love Natalie.
Did you just now realize I was doing that? I'm sorry.
Don't leave.
My dad said, I think we rented the VHS or maybe DVD. I can't remember why you hated it. Wasn't because of Lucas or maybe his character. I don't know. She was in Phantom Menace. All you need to say, I know. And she was amazing.
Am I correct in saying
Padme Amidala.
Was she in the movie Garden State?
Yes, she was.
Okay, I remember that.
And she was great in it.
Look, I'm not against Natalie Portman. I'm just saying the range of acting is not the same because she was in one bad like high movie.
But she was in Star Wars and Garden State.
Yeah. and
And The Professional, which is one of the best movies of all time.
Again, and
Black Swan, you're right.
That's not the same as
which
being
was
in
great. Mary knows.
Yeah, agreed. It's not the same as
that
being
movie
in Dumb and Dumber and Purple Rose of Cairo.
Purple Rose of Cairo. Here's the thing. I don't know any of these movies. I'm just trying to be part of the conversation.
Oh, you are part of the conversation.
Thanks.
You're running this conversation.
Thanks. No, I'm not. You are.
Check
out his Kickstarter.
Hey, this is my interview.
Check out his Kickstarter. Okay. Do you have books that you want to read, everybody, coming up?
We do. I mean,
Yes.
I do.
I do. I don't think I'm going to read any of them.
Tell me about them, Reid.
This is one that I've set out to read last year that didn't happen. And I just think I really need to read it. And that is the Hard Rock Heroes collected of rock and roll comics.
With that cover.
I mean,
that is some cover.
I love these. Like,
hold on, let me pull you up closer so we can see that cover.
it rules.
Ridiculous cover.
It rules. I'm like, because it's funny because like I'm convinced, like I know it's not like, because up close you can tell that just looks like a photo that's just been photoshopped.
Yeah.
But like that Ozzy.
Poor
that's
Ozzy.
That's
Ozzy's
a whole.
Not feeling well.
That's a whole nother world. But like I've like read random individual issues of some of these, and I think I have like there's it's not in here, but there's a Spinal Tap one that I have that I think is fun. And then they're all like, you know, they put together all these little like issues of different bands. You know, there's the Van Halen issue and stuff like that. But it also a lot of words. And it's really dense. And I will say the biggest disappointment in this book, it doesn't flop open.
Oh.
At all.
Tight.
So yeah, it's real tight. So I feel like I'm gonna break it.
You have to, so you can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right.
But I want to read this. I've wanted to read this. That's it.
Cool. My dad's agreeing with you.
Thank you, Larry. I couldn't agree more.
Jeff
haven't seen it.
It's been a very, very long time since I've seen it. But
For me, it's probably been a couple years. Well, before the pandemic, I should say. But is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I keep. Let's see. I have 2 prose, 2 graphic novel. Well, one graphic novel, 1 manga. What do you want to see first?
Manga.
Manga. Okay, so I keep threatening that I'm going to read this, and I just don't do it. But Kristen will get a chuckle out of it. This is that Ibitsu.
I need you to read it.
And we always laugh about it, and I need to read it because I want to find out like why you were like, eh.
I think I gave it 2 stars.
Like when I told you I bought this, you're like, oh, that's nice.
Maybe you'll love it. Maybe you'll be like 5 stars.
I promise though, whenever I think of it, I won't just be like, I just won't be like a little rebel and say I loved it.
Okay, cool.
Just to like, So that, I don't know. It is kind of chunky though for a manga.
It is.
For a manga that Kristen hated.
Do we still have that here?
It was library borrow for me, thankfully. Yeah, it worked out.
Thankfully.
Hayden says if we're talking range, Christian Bale followed Dark Knight up with Terminator Salvation.
There you go.
That's not. I don't think that's range.
I think it's a joke because didn't everybody hate Terminator Salvation?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. Range is not bad movie to bad movie or good movie to bad movie.
I think it's the good movie to bad movie. Yeah.
I think range.
It's funny. Read, it's just funny.
No, I won't
have a nice
stand
time.
for it. Okay, sorry, Hayden.
Speaking of Reid, I want to read Red's Planet. I say speaking of Reid because there's a redheaded kid on the cover. Reid. Anyway, we're like Reid's Planet.
Oh.
Hmm? So Jeff Smith blurbed it.
I knew that was happening.
Jeff Smith said fun, sharp, hilarious, and rip-roaringly original. So it seems to be about this kid who's like abducted by aliens. Yes. Love that. The art looks really cool. I think I got this at Ollie's. This was an Ollie's pick. Yeah.
By the way, I think I'm going to Ollie's tomorrow, by the way.
Ooh. Tell me all about it.
Sure to send pictures if I do.
Please. Pick up every Omni if they have them.
You know I'm going to. I mean, it's
I know
so
you're going
stupid. The picture you're going to receive is so stupid for me tomorrow.
Please take a photo of them and then tell me what you get for sure.
Well, I'll take a photo and ask if there's any that you guys would want. You know what I mean?
That'd be great. Yeah, we need to go to ours too.
Yeah.
We haven't been in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this has been sitting on my shelf, so I want to read it.
Looks cute.
I agree.
Yeah. Oh, Reid.
Reid, what are you doing? Where you at? What are you doing?
I'm right here.
Check out Reid's Kickstarter, Summer Vacation. Link in the description.
The other book, I only picked one other one because I want to try to read this because I read a good chunk and I want to keep reading the rest of it. And that's The Swamp Thing.
Oh.
Absolute by Alan Moore. I started it. Let me see. How far did I get? I got that far. So not that far.
Did you read The Bronze Age?
No, I've only read this.
Okay.
And
Larry, no one listens to you but me.
Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about any of it yet. And I'm probably just not that far enough in it to really care.
That happens.
But I'm also like I just get bothered by Alan Moore, like in general. So I'm worried that I'm just gonna be bothered by Alan Moore the whole time.
Like him as a person or like certain things he writes about?
Both. Also, just it almost gets too writery. I know that's such a dumb thing for me to say. It's probably shots fired. Yeah.
No, do you mean like it gets to like
pretentious,
artsy? I was gonna say like people
literary,
say, oh, it's too artsy.
It gets a little not. I don't want to say too artsy, because when I would say artsy, I would just apply directly to the art. And I think some of what like Alan Moore, and I know just from some like the backstory of like how he writes his scripts, like he does a lot. And I think even, I don't know if it's this book or not, but there's in some interview, I want to say it was Steve Bissett who was talking about how like Alan Moore drew the whole book himself just for himself when he was writing it, and then like would see what the other artists would do, and some of that I'm just like annoyed by that just in my head, and just because I know like Alan Moore just looks like a dirty Santa Claus and he's just mad about everything. I just imagine him like sitting in a corner just like hating everything. I don't know. Just I'll stop talking. I'm done.
With like donut crumbs in his beard. Just
What
like
kind of donut crumbs?
the tiger's tail.
Oh.
Yes, tiger tail. Oh no, I said tigers. It's tiger tail, right?
You gave it some ownership.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is like, great.
The tiger's tail.
Just like the Twitter.
The Twitter.
But yeah, that's the only other book that I would like to read, because I mean it's a gorgeous book, and like I don't really care about DC stuff ever. I don't really care about Big Two stuff.
That's
ever.
true. Yeah.
And so it's like, but Swamp Thing is a character that like I kind of want to care about, just because I feel like he's the underdog always. I may be wrong about that. Am I wrong?
Because he's in the swamp.
Yeah, he's all dirty.
That's gotta suck.
And he used to be a human, like you know, but he
bummer.
He knows that.
He's also like the logo. I feel like he's the logo.
Bummer.
He's the logo for a lot of doom metal bands that I like.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I ought to like Swamp Thing.
I mean, I liked the New 52 Swamp Thing.
Impressive pull, Kristen.
Everyone's just like,
we're just staring at you.
I read this. It's quite big.
It's too big.
It is quite.
When did you read that?
I read that like
night.
I don't know, last night. She's so funny. Like a year or two ago. I don't know, maybe 2 years ago.
Kristen, you're getting that sleepy laugh.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Is that all the same creator? I don't even know.
I just put it back. And I have lotion hands, so I'm like,
no. Don't drop it.
When did you put lotion on your hands? We've been
just
in here.
Now.
You've been in there for 2 hours.
I have lotion in front of me. Leave me alone. Okay. So does it even say? I know Charles Soule does a lot of this.
Okay.
I think there may be another creator, because it just says, well, and Scott Snyder's in the front, but he didn't write the Swamp Thing, right? He just wrote the Animal Man. No, not the. No. Okay, this is Scott Snyder.
Okay.
And there's Charles Soule stuff on the other end of it. Sorry, I'm thinking of other things. I read it because it overlaps with Lemire's Animal Man.
Oh, right.
So yeah, this is Snyder. And then I think the second half, or I don't know if it's the whole half, but is Charles Soule. So I liked it a lot.
You told me, I've asked you this before, but I don't remember. Which one goes first, or does it not matter? Did you read them?
I read Animal Thing first,
okay.
And then I read this, and there is some overlap like in the middle.
Okay.
Are there even? Yeah. Animal Man number 12 is in here, and 17. So there's a little bit of overlap. But yeah, you can read them like probably together in some way, but I read them like that and that was fine.
Nice.
So yeah, I recommend it. Wait, I was like,
you were gonna be like, why is he putting the date?
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
I thought that at first.
Volume 2 of the Alan Moore Swamp Thing, he slips up a few times, revealing his Britishness, insofar as UK idioms that aren't here in the US. Like he's a Southerner saying she's in hospital. Oh, okay. When I don't think I've ever heard an American say anything of the. Yeah, she's in the hospital. Yeah. But like that's easy to follow. Could be. I'm about to read the first volume of that New 52 Swamp Thing tonight. I hope it's good. Hayden, let me know how you think about it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's exciting.
tight. Why is that funny?
I don't know. I think everything's funny now.
Me too.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it?
You guys need
My turn.
You guys need to.
We need to stop. We need to cut it. Is that what you're saying? Interview done.
Yeah. You got any last Mary can go because she's got more things.
Yeah, I'll go.
It was her turn.
Oh.
Wasn't it?
So I borrowed this from the library. And Kristen, I can't remember if you read this or not, but this is like what's happening.
Mary, you got to tone down the jokes. Kristen's not going to be able to be here. You know?
Can't hold it together.
No, I can't. You're right.
Did you read The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager? I know you buy every Riley Sager book.
I actually didn't buy that one.
Okay.
I think that was a book of the month skip.
Yeah.
Because it was like an add-on, right?
I think. Oh, right. We were mad about it.
And we were mad about it. Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Otherwise, I would have gotten it. Yeah. But I did start the audiobook when it came out. And by that, I mean, I think I listened to like 30 minutes of it. And I was bothered by the audiobook.
Oh, no.
Like the narrator specifically, not the story. Okay. I was just bothered by the narrator. So I was like, I can't read it this way. I have to get the book sometime. So I haven't read it. I'm looking forward to your thoughts. I know we've had differing opinions on like, well, I've only read the one, right? So
oh yeah, what was
Survive the Night?
Oh
yeah.
Really, I was like, I didn't like it.
Yeah, you hated it and I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like when that happens, we have a good laugh.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I understand that I could read the blurb or whatever, but I want to go into this just not knowing. Hopefully it's just like a good thriller that I can just get lost in and read quickly. It's been a while. I feel like I haven't read, normally I'm like the queen of reading thrillers. I feel like I really haven't lately. Right?
Yeah. You need to get back on your throne. You like that one, Rick?
Did you read Final Girls by Riley Sager?
I have it, but I haven't read it.
Why is that funny?
Because Kristen's like sort of like the president of the Riley Sager fan club, but she's read one book. But she will like stick up for the guy. Like, oh yeah, he's the best.
I've never said that.
No, you haven't.
Now you're just throwing slander out there, making up quotes that I haven't said.
Look at this.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't know if it's fun. You're like, oh, there's a body in that water. How fun.
She can't see.
Yeah.
She's just like, what a pretty lake.
Oh, but by the way, I can't really see a body in there, but it just looks very dark and grim, though. Okay.
There's probably a body.
Yeah, there probably is.
Yeah. Well, Hayden also read the first trade of Lemire's Animal Man, and it was a 5-star. Random points on Goodreads. Love that, nice. Hayden. Glad to hear it. I really liked his Animal Man. Another thing I'd like, speaking of Hayden, I believe you've read this because you've read like all the Alice Oseman.
Oh.
Specifically, this is also, shout out Hayden, the UK cover.
Nice.
I really like the UK cover. There's all these like, I want to get them all. All of these Alice Oseman books with these like cute illustrated covers in the UK.
I think there's a box set or a couple box sets, right? Hayden probably.
Is there a box set of these?
I think so.
Mary? Mary, I need it.
Okay. Wait, Hayden says he has not read that. I thought Hayden was like, I never read Alice Oseman.
It's like, who's Alice Oseman?
Well, Hayden, I'm wanting to read this at some point. Of course, I've read Heartstopper. That's the name, right?
No. I don't know.
We're just gonna let her laugh for a while.
Wow. Camera and mic off.
Mary, would you like to continue this interview?
Yes, so Reid.
Yes.
I know you said, did you say that summer vacation has been in? You worked on it for 2 years. Did you say that? Did I make that
Yeah,
up?
about that. Yeah.
But how long has the idea of doing it been in your head? Like, or you know what I mean? Like, has this something like, oh, one day I want to write fiction. And hi, Kristen.
We're continuing the interview.
Yes,
while
we're going to the interview question. Had it been like a concept in your head for a very long time,
Yes. And also because like growing up, when I was playing in bands, that was our idea. Like we were like, oh, we'll all become teachers,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
all be able to tour still.
Yeah.
And that's a thing for like a lot of bands. Like a lot of bands did start that way, and a lot of people do that just because it's easy. It's an easy way to still tour and do things like that. So that was our idea. And then I didn't finish college, and everybody else, well, none of us finished college other than one of us now. It's funny, he's actually in school to be a teacher, and
Is he really?
Yeah, he is, and he keeps every day when he texts me about it. He's like, "Hey, when are you going to go back to college and get your degree, and we can just live out summer vacation?"
Aw, that's cool. Oh boy,
she's here. She just opened the door, silently laughed, and then left.
She's just working through it,
She really is. Oh, it's bad.
So I can read you Larry's question.
Oh, I think I see it.
You see it?
I think so. Have you cast any of the actors? Oh, I haven't cast any actors. No.
I'm so bad at that. When people are like, "Who do you want to play you in a show, a movie?" I can never easily come up with someone.
Yeah, I don't know. I've not given that any thought whatsoever.
That's a good question, though.
Oh. She gets it back together just in time for me to say, oh, and then she's gone. I feel like if any, I would just want Seth Rogen to be in it, and that's just because I like Seth Rogen, and I feel like he could play the character that accidentally looks like me.
Yeah. That's
and
cool.
then otherwise, I have no idea.
All right.
That or I would just want it to be the entire cast of That Thing You Do, just again.
Yeah, you're making me want to rewatch that. It's also been a while since
It's good, and it holds up pretty well.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Is that based on any band? Like, is it supposed to be based on a band or?
Mm-mm.
No, it's just
no. And it's what I love about and that's the guy from Fountains of Wayne wrote the music, wrote the Wonders band, and then I want to say, I can't remember. There's because they had kind of a rough, legal issue with it because they didn't credit him for a lot of stuff because they wanted to keep the illusion that it was that. So people thought it was a real band.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he ever really got the official credits on it, but.
Do you know if I should know this? But Fountains of Wayne, do you know the name of that band, or is it based on, because in New Jersey there's used to be Fountains of Wayne in Wayne, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Is it based on that?
I think so. I thought they were from New Jersey. Because I could be wrong, but
it no longer exists, but there used to be a Fountains of Wayne. And guess what? They had fountains there.
Oh.
Yeah, they sold
You heard that, Kristen?
There's fountains.
Oh no. Don't give her a second to
Nope, she can't.
He's back in.
Wait, there's a box set. I need to get it.
Yes.
That's cool. My dad says seems like UK gets the best editions.
Yeah, I agree.
It's true.
Hear you crying.
Yeah, it's fine. I hate it once the US covers.
Oh, those wait. The one you have is the. I'm confused.
Yeah, this is the UK version.
Okay, and then the sketchy ones are US.
You want the Usman?
Usman?
Usman, U.S.man.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Did you already talk about this?
We talked about
We
that
did.
one.
I have no
I thought you
answer.
did.
I have no answer.
I thought you did. So that was my turn. I want to read this.
That was a long turn.
Sorry.
You're not.
Don't be sorry for having a good time and laughing. Come on.
I mean, Reed's right. I'm having the when I get really when I get tired,
Yeah.
I have stupid laughs. I don't know.
I love it.
Can't handle it.
And that's what she just can't. Yeah, she can't.
All right, Reid, you're up. Do you have any? Oh no, you had that last.
Yeah, I'm done with things that I
Okay.
want to try to read because
I have. How many do you have left, Kristen?
I have a series that I'm gonna count that as one,
Okay.
and then 4.
All right, I have 2, so I'll take it.
Oh, I have 8.
Whoa!
It was like I was on the 5-star scale when I should have been on the 10-point scale. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah. That made sense.
I got it.
Did.
Yeah.
Got
It's
it.
annoying. It did.
I don't know if anybody will care, but I'm gonna give Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea a go. I got at a library sale, I got these cool editions that are all matching, and they have this, I don't know what you call this background, but I think they're kind of cool.
Looks like fake leather.
Yes.
Distressed leather.
Yes, that's exactly what it looks like.
Distrether.
So this is one I don't even know if I've read this or not. Usually what are you doing?
Kristen, when I said distrether, she goes,
that's it.
See, now you can't handle it. Now you're laughing.
Yeah, because you're ridiculous.
Oh. So that's, good intentions. I want to try to start this one.
And was that a Hemingway you just gotten done reading? Or was it a different book?
No, I read The Torrents of Spring. That was a novella. I think this is I don't think this is a novella. It's a short book, but
it was a Hemingway, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Look at you reading all the classics, all the Hemingway.
Well, I have so many. Oh, look, he pretended that he signed this.
Oh, nice.
You sure he didn't actually sign that?
Well, maybe many years ago. But it looks real, right?
It does
look real.
What if I told I'm I have an Ernest Hemingway autograph? I don't.
You can probably sell it on eBay as one.
All right.
Do you drink your tea like this? I just feel like you're so fancy with your classics,
Maybe.
Yeah,
I read like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop the book. That's what's gonna happen.
My dad wants you to know that he grew up thinking New Jersey was the dullest, most awful place in the U.S. because the first 2 seasons of SNL slammed it so hard and often.
Yeah, there are plenty funny things about New Jersey, but I love it because it's close to so many, close to New York City. Philly's not a far drive. We're close to Connecticut. It's just, we also have everything. We have more city-like areas. We have mountainous areas. You can go to the beach. There's a lot of different types of whatever your thing is, you can find it in New Jersey. People talk about, what's that?
Oh, no, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say the big joke is people oh, what exit do you live off of? That's something you always hear about in New Jersey. Because pretty much
Turnpike
well, that's it. You can get to the Turnpike covers the whole state, so that's why people do that.
New Jersey has the best ska band of all time.
Remind me?
Oh, Streetlight Manifestos from New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I saw them in Chicago.
I saw them in Cleveland.
It has Secret Stash, so it has to be cool, right? Mary was just there, right?
I know. I did think of both you and your dad when I was there. I'm I just had a feeling that Larry probably would love to be there too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We both wanted to go there for a long time, I think.
It's cool. The town that it's in, Red Bank, is a really cute little town too. There's we just went, it was we went to Secret Stash. There's a record store, got some food. Like it's a nice little area. And I swear every time we go, it's like built up more, but like in the good way, you know?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to read. This is a series. It's a manga series. There are only 3 volumes.
Mhm.
I have read this first volume. I want to say that I've had this series for like years now. And I think I've picked up the first volume a few times. And then I just never read through them. So they've just been sitting on my shelf. Why are you shaking your head, Reid? Just like taunting me. And I'm like, I need to get it. I need to get it done. I need to get through them. And that's Prophecy.
Oh,
There are only 3 volumes. Doesn't that look creepy?
it does.
Are they
Yeah.
chunky?
No, they're little.
Oh, then what? You have no
I know.
excuse.
I know. I should be able to do this. I think I've just picked up this volume and gotten distracted by something else.
Yeah.
I've just done it a few times now. So I'm like, no, this is the year. I'm going to finish the series. I'm going to
Do
get
it.
through it. Especially because I'm hoping not, I mean, this sounds bad. I'm hoping not to love it so much I want to keep it. I just want to really enjoy
understand.
it and then get rid of it. That's what I want to do. So hopefully that can be done.
I like it. Oh, my turn. I think Reid referenced this book earlier. And I showed it before in a haul, but I want to finally read Trashed.
Oh,
Where is it?
I still have it. It's back. It's hidden by some
It's
books
so
right
funny.
now.
It's just so funny.
It's not Jess.
Sorry,
Oh,
Mary.
No,
Sorry.
no, you're fine. Is that the wait? Tell me, it's an actor. I
It-
forget.
Yeah, it's this. It's my signed picture of Gary Busey.
That's right, Gary Busey. I couldn't think of his name.
That's good. That's good.
So yes, so Durf actually spoke about your work, Reid. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
That's
yes, he
right.
did. He
That's
spoke very
right.
highly of it. I'm trying to
Uh-huh.
think. I've got that. Also, right here.
Oh, look at us.
I need to. I think. I read this. Never mind.
I didn't read it though.
You haven't. Yes. that's
Yeah,
right.
I need to read it.
I need to get a copy. Next time I can pick up a decently priced copy of My Friend Dahmer. I read that digitally. It's just so well done.
Mhm.
So yeah, I look forward to this. An ode to the crap job of all crap jobs.
Mhm. It's interesting because it reads like nonfiction and a lot like similarly to how because what I love about Durf's work is I think that like My Friend Dahmer doesn't read like nonfiction. Like
Right.
it does, or I mean it's nonfiction, but it doesn't read like it's him. Like he
Right.
doesn't write it from it's his perspective as much.
Yeah.
And Trashed reads
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, I was late.
Okay.
Trashed, I think, reads similarly, but it's not his own experience. Although he did work as a trash man, like he worked.
Oh,
as a
he
garbage-
did. He really
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah,
I just wanted to show some of the art.
like there's like one part in it where he throws out like a statistic that like being in the year whatever the reference is, like it's like the second most like on the job deaths like
Wow.
of any job is being a garbage man.
Do they get hit by cars like hopping on and off?
Mhm.
Oh, that's awful.
Stuff like
Yeah,
that, and then
sucks.
like it's just wild. Like he gives
Yeah.
that statistic because you would never think that it's like that it's that big of a
Yeah.
that it'd be that dangerous of a job really. Or also it's kind of something I think societally we take it like for granted.
Yeah.
Just how much it
Definitely
does.
right.
And I'm waiting for Kristen to bring it up because I forgot to put our trash out this morning.
Oh.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
did
I
it
actually
for-
didn't even think about that.
Oh. I thought I saw it in your face.
No.
In your eyes. You were gonna be like,
No, I was just thinking, oh, I really need
it's
to read
important.
And I took the dust jacket off. Do you see the trash bags?
Yeah.
that. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's nice stuff. Okay, Kim's home. She's probably thinking, "How can you still be on?"
Well, you can tell.
I mean, we're nearing 3 hours.
You can tell Kim that it's due to Kristen having the giggles.
Is it though? Because you were still talking. Hey, we can end it anytime. Anytime you need to go.
Aw,
Hey, but super late. But hey, everyone. Hey, thanks for being here.
yes.
We've been
thank
on
you.
for a bit, but we appreciate that.
Yeah. We're letting it rip.
That's a weird thing you said. Okay.
Is it?
So hey, speaking of cool
What?
music books, that are currently on Kickstarter. Reid's book is on Kickstarter. Check it out in the description. But this is also a cool music book, we hope. I haven't read it yet. Reid and I have had this sitting on the shelf for a bit now, I feel like, right? It's called My Riot. Oni Press put this out. I really like the art inside. And just like, I don't know, how would you even describe this color palette, Reid? Like, it's like purples and pinks.
Yeah, it's like a cool color palette. But like,
and the actual pages look like,
yeah,
the pages have an interesting texture to it too, which I like a lot. I don't know anything about this. I just know it's set in the 90s and there's a band and it looks fun. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, it looks good.
Want to read it?
You guys, Kim wants to wave, so I'm going to take my headphones off.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey.
I mean, you muted it, Mary.
You muted it. You can't hear.
I just said, was I too loud? I guess not.
No.
We can hear you now.
We hear you now.
We've gone a little longer because Kristen's.
What the heck is going on?
She's a little giggly.
Listen. Wow. Now everybody's ganging up on me.
Got her.
We can end it now. Okay, see ya.
No.
Yeah, was there music?
There was music in the beginning. Oh.
Yeah, get your guitar. You guys can just riff. It'll be great.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to hear that.
You
No one would ever tune into the live stream again.
All right.
All right, bye, everyone.
Bye. Mike wants to keep going, so thanks, Mike. Mike's still here. I love that.
Thank you, Mike.
Now we know she's real.
Yes, see, Larry?
Kim's real.
Kim is real.
That's exciting.
That's exciting. Mary's not a liar.
or insane.
Yeah, insane. Kristen's dad said, "Oh, now we know she's real because I'll talk about you from time to time." Yeah, Larry. Oh, you want to say hi to Larry?
Every time you take it off, you mute it.
Hi, Larry.
Love that.
They like the same bands.
Yes. I say that all the time. I'm like,
nice.
Larry and Kim probably. And actually, you and Reid, too, will have some overlapping interests, too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
William Lee saying Marathon. Thanks for being here, William. William's still here, too. We love this. All right. Do you have more books, Mary?
No, but if you want me to be the ideal team player and you don't want to feel alone, I could go grab some because I know you have a few more.
I mean, it's up to you. I can just breeze through these because I know Kim's home. I know it's late. You know, I don't even have to talk about these if you don't, because you all know. Am I going to read these? I'm going to try.
You could just show us like you do rapid fire book covers.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Lightning round.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one Reid got me. It's called Wild or So I Was Born to Be. Also Oni Press. It's big too. It is big. I don't know anything about it, but it looks super cool. Also really like the art inside. Yeah. Yeah, I need to read it. That was one of the things I got for Christmas. So this is one that Reid bought. And it's sitting in here, and I want to read it. And I don't know
on there.
Benito Mambo.
There you go, Reid. The art looks cool. It's also a big book.
Nice.
It does. It was on the floor because it doesn't fit on a shelf.
Yeah.
You know what? You're probably right.
I know I'm right. I tried to put it on the shelf.
It'll go on a shelf.
It doesn't. It doesn't fit in the other shelves.
Oh,
that's very daring the way you have that hanging there.
Well, it worked out, didn't it? I'm glad. Reid would have been like,
exactly.
Yikes. No, you're right, though. That was scary. This is a scary moment for me. Why is it funny?
Because you're funny.
Oh, okay. Open Bar, another Oni Press book. Reid got me.
Wow. You're very generous, Reid.
Yeah. She's just going through her Christmas pile.
Just like, I need to read these. Yeah. Let's see. Parasite. Mary, we both recently got the color version of this. I haven't read this at all, so I need to read that because I want to spell out parasite on the spines.
All right. Remember, I didn't know there was a P on the spine.
But I
Yeah.
love that. So that seems like the one maybe out of all of them that
cool.
we'll see. We'll see. Reid, you may like this. Grace, the Jeff Buckley story.
Oh.
She's gonna finally tackle her second book out of her husband ruins her TBR, and she's probably thinking
a lot of words.
Mm-hmm.
Are there a lot of words in that one?
Well, it's a lot of. That's a lot of words.
Okay.
That's a lot of words. Hey, Open Bar is done by Brazilian creators.
Cool.
You're Brazilian. I love that. Didn't know.
Awesome. Yeah.
Didn't know either one of those things. Cool. Have you read Open Bar? Do you like it? Tell me. And also Rules for Dating My Daughter.
Also from the list. That has less
also
words.
From the list.
And you know who didn't love that book?
You?
No, I loved it.
Oh, that's right. You did love it.
But Sue.
Sue's Book Nook?
No, just Sue. Kristen, look at the first page.
Oh, who's it to?
To Sue. Mike Dawson signed this for Sue in 2017, and she was like, "Nah,
get rid of it."
I love how you remember that.
I remember.
Mary's like, Sue, this booktuber we watch.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know what you're talking
I was
about.
about to be so upset. I'm like, Sue's Book Nook?
Yeah, that's funny. That's it. That's my pile, guys. I did it. That's what I got. I really liked Open Bar. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Awesome, yeah.
I will never forget Reid's evil smile on that TBR video. That was a really good one. Yeah,
it was a good one. Unintentional. Yeah. Didn't plan to be that evil.
Yeah, I'm tackling them because we do need to make a part 2. And we need to make another video where we give each other more books to read. So
yeah, I need to ruin your list even more. This time, the next one though, I'm gonna ruin it all with like weird, like PPP titty books.
You're ending it with that? He said. Okay.
By the way, when you guys did that video, I don't know why I thoroughly enjoyed like how you had them all like secretly stashed in a paper bag, and you could hear the paper like like when you
you like that.
Out. I don't know why I thought I liked it.
I'm glad. Hey, Kristen, isn't Kyle Starks your buddy? Yes, his new book Where Muscles Lie. It's really cool. I'm so excited for issue 2. Yeah, I still haven't read that first issue. I need to, but I know that just came out. So go buy that book. And also, Reid has a Kickstarter up right now. It's called Summer Vacation. Link is in the description.
You can
check
get cool
it out.
Things. You can get cool
stuff,
for
sure.
Like original art. I'm only doing 5 commissions this round, like for this Kickstarter. So it's only on like one level where you get a lot of really cool stuff. So if you're into that, that's definitely a good value, and like all sorts of great things you can get, plus everything. And it supports me.
Love that.
That's right.
Thank you.
Which is, but even if I didn't know you, I would still be backing this.
Oh,
just
love that.
I mean that. Great Kristen, I don't say stuff like that unless I mean it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's very nice of you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And if I didn't know you, I'd be like, man, that guy's cute. I want to back his
book. Oh, what are you doing later?
Apparently, I'm just going to talk and cry on the internet. It'll be great.
Cry from laughing.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't make it sound like you're just crying.
Yeah, that's true. I don't do that.
Not on the internet.
Right. Just generally, sure. But
yeah, we all do.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we did it.
We sure did. But listen, it's at like 2:58. I think we got to go to 3
we
hours.
Have to.
Like,
we have
sure.
to.
We have to. Yeah. Here we go. We'll go.
nothing. that felt like a tease.
Yeah, it was.
That's okay. You always want them you want people wanting more. Oh, there you placed.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
2 minutes of silence, please. Love that.
Let's try to sit in silence for a minute. Let's go.
We did it.
That was really tough.
That was
Did it.
weird.
That was weird.
It was
Everybody
uncomfortable.
left at that point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see a nice dip in the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Mike said good night or good morning. He's like,
Yeah.
It was like, I'm not sticking around for this minute of silence crap.
Well, Mike, hey, we appreciate you sticking around.
yes.
That's also funny. Video just got demonetized for silence. It wasn't monetized anyway, so I think we're okay. It's enough said. Exactly. 3 hours. Thank you for sticking around, William. We
Thanks,
appreciate
William.
that.
Thank you for that.
That was only. I know, right? We like don't realize how long that really is until like you're forced to do that
To be
and,
quiet,
and
right?
feel bad about it. Yeah, it wasn't great.
And feel bad about
Yeah, it just it feels bad. Right?
it.
Yeah,
I'm watching the rerun for sure. Sounds like I missed a lot of fun. Yeah, we hope you enjoy it.
we did have a good time for sure.
Thank you also, Hayden, for being here. Appreciate you. And thank you for sharing the images.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for the donut sharing.
Yeah,
I learned a lot.
If anyone's watching after and they're like, Reid's loud. For those watching after, and if you've gotten to this point, thank you so much. We applaud you. That's wonderful. Please leave your favorite donut in the comments. We want to know, or your favorite donut place that we should visit.
Yes.
Because apparently we really need to know that. And yeah, tell us what you're reading, of course. And I feel like Mary and I are going to be back next week on Thursday.
Am I not allowed back?
Wow.
Oh, you can come back. You're just not usually here.
I thought I'd come back for every episode.
Oh.
You're always invited. Come
And
on.
I went, oh. No, that'd be great, Reid. Come on back.
Yes.
You're
Okay.
fine. Yeah. He said, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I thought there's an end.
We're not doing another minute of
Yeah,
silence.
I thought she was gonna end it right there.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys would want to say something. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, please back my Kickstarter. It would be
Yeah.
it truly would mean a lot. And Summer Vacation, a book about teachers and going on band store tour stuff. It's great. Thank
Yep.
you.
Links in the description. If you like vinyl and 7 inches, there are limited those two. That's pretty cool. Yay. Look at the link.
Do
Thanks.
it. Yep.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.